Masons 12 and under, that's a dead name.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
How many kids do you hear, hey, Marky, it might be almost to the point of Ruth?
Live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios in downtown Milwaukee at the 3rd Street Market Hall.
You love that name so much, you don't even go by it.
If you call me Mark, I'm fine. I like my name. I like my name a lot.
This is Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch.
It's Wilde and Touch, isn't it?
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Wednesday edition. The Brian Gutekunst scheduled to speak at 12:30 at Lambeau Field. I'll be there and continue to take your suggested questions, which we took yesterday edition. Did you read the whole story from Jim Owczarski in the Journal-Sentinel? Because I did. And I want to be a Buck until I retire.
But
Except,
I want to win a championship.
Come on. I told you I had fatigue already. Everyone's got to be there by now.
Oh, you got a day left.
Got about 30 hours to go.
Yeah,
and then
let's not
when
act
it does,
like this is World War III. Like, come on.
and then when it doesn't happen by the trade deadline, then we've got an entire rest of the season.
We'll put it on the shelf and then bring it back in April
we
or
like
May.
our
shelves.
Yeah.
Like we do a pretty good job of ignoring things non-Packer related at a pretty regular clip here.
That's a good point. Edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course everything you need on the all-new, all-redesigned, all-free, and all-customizable ESPN Wisconsin app. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. From his undisclosed location, he is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good, buddy. How you doing?
I'm not nervous. I'm a little. I don't want. Stressed isn't the right word. A little bit of apprehension because we've waited a long time to talk to Brian J. Gutekunst.
August 28th, I hear.
Indeed. And today's the day, as he will speak to reporters at Lambeau Field. They're doing a lot of construction, so it won't be in the traditional press conference media auditorium setting. But I just want to make sure that it's productive. And okay. It is a responsibility that I take seriously, believe it or not. I know you know that I do. And I'm not sure how it's going to go. I feel like I go into these with high hopes, and generally speaking, I come out of them going, well, he said a lot of words, but I don't know if I feel like he said anything really significant. Now, last year, the urgency thing, boom, big headline, right? He definitely said something significant last year. But more often than not, I'm not sure it happened. So I've got some measure of angst about making sure that this is productive.
That means it matters. I always tell my kids, pressure's a privilege. So that means it matters. So that's good.
You and Billie Jean
If you went in
King.
there all lollygagging and didn't care, then we have a problem. So good.
That's true.
Get on edge.
I'm not a lollygagger.
This is your Super Bowl. No, this is your Super Bowl.
No, I wouldn't
So
go
out
that
there and
far.
perform.
He gave you a Jocko there. Good. Good. You're nervous?
I would
Good.
say this is, from a reporter standpoint, yeah, these are you got 1 million people doing those gaggles. This is where you guys make your money.
It's a lot of gaggling.
So, yeah, it's a big day. Yeah,
Well,
you got to perform.
You
You don't perform, beep. That's how this world works, right?
Yeah, no, it's true. There's
Saying
other
his job's on the line today.
In all honesty, if you're a beat guy or if you're a beat gal, days like today are where you make your money. Yeah, it's the regular season is for money,
This is where we write our
Postseason in
legacy.
The off-season, but you laugh about it, but yeah.
Thank you, Aaron Rodgers. It is, it's a big one for sure, and hopefully, I would love for him to do, 10-minute sit-downs with each of us, so I knew I'd get all my questions in, but we'll see how it goes. Huh? Yeah, I've requested that before. I have. Yep.
Okay, good.
How do they decline it? Do they respond, or do they just?
Yeah, they say no. No.
At least they say no.
Kind of like having him on the show. So
I think you definitely should talk to LaFleur and get in there and get some film study again with him. That needs to be done. I mean, he's got time. He's down flying around, hanging out with his bro. Getting hired down in Arizona.
I will put that request in directly to Matt. Because I would like that.
That'd be great.
I would
like that for you.
So you want me to take like do it with a video component and everything else? I don't know if I can get him to agree to that, but I think he would. Again, Jeff Hafley never delivered on his promise. We're all going to have to go down to South Florida for him to do a webinar with us on how his defense operates, since we never got that chance, and then he left to become the head coach of the Dolphins. But nevertheless, Brian Gutekunst, Matt LaFleur, and Russ Ball all have their extensions with that big announcement on Friday afternoon, and now Brian Gutekunst will finally speak in his postseason press conference on February 4th. Meanwhile, the Packers getting ready for the offseason program and free agency and the draft, so we'll have plenty to ask him about, while two former Packers executives are running teams that are in the Super Bowl. I talked to Ron Wolf yesterday for an hour. Boy, does he love you, old boy. Very high opinion. One of his best success stories. I did record it with his permission, not surreptitiously. And I did ask if there were a couple of things that he said that I thought might be fun to play. So I'm going to try and have those ready for tomorrow. But he was
What did the wolf
great.
say? We could do What Did the Wolf Say?
Nice.
Is that a childhood book or something?
It used to be Fox, but obviously Ron is a wolf.
Have you never heard the "What Does the Fox Say" song?
I haven't. Is that royalty free? Can we play that?
No, it was very popular about a decade ago.
You've never heard What Did the Fox Say?
No, I've heard Hungry Like the Wolf. Is that Duran Duran? Hungry Like the Wolf?
Sure. I think so.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not familiar with. I'll Google that in the commercial break so I can be more educated on that apparent classic. Fox and Socks. That's a Dr. Seuss book that I'm familiar with. So anyway, I had a great conversation with Ron. Obviously, Ron Wolf's son Elliot is the GM of the Patriots. John Schneider is the general manager of the Seahawks. They will play on Sunday in the Super Bowl, which Tausch wishes had been played this previous Sunday.
Now I don't. Now I'm glad there's a game coming up. So.
Oh, good. I'm glad that works out for you, because your appetite was whetted by watching the Pro Bowl games last night. Is that why you're now geeked up for Sunday?
We had a big hockey tilt, so I was unable to watch, and I didn't care to. I would not have anyways. I would have probably watched Gus's grocery games or something else if I was going to be watching TV last night. So
heard it both ways.
And Vinny this morning on WTMJ's Wisconsin's Morning News.
Vince
He's
Vitrano.
all outraged about. Yeah, and I said, well, just don't watch it. Like, I get
he was
such a kick out of
outraged.
Everybody. Yeah, he's outraged. He said he'll never watch it again. I said, yeah, you will. If Jordan Love is playing in it, you'll watch it. Everybody gets so outraged. Just turn it off, guys. Like there's so many things to be outraged about in life.
There is.
This shouldn't be one of them. And when it is, life is pretty good. But this whole concept, oh, my God, we're watching guys throw dodgeballs and we're doing this. Yeah, it's stupid. We all know it. I think the NFL, by not putting it on a Sunday, is trying to get rid of it. Like, they're playing chess. They don't want to keep doing this.
Ratings will be even worse because it's on a Tuesday.
They're going to put it on
up
Tuesday.
against Will Trent.
Next thing, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Put it on Wednesday, like in the infomercial era, at 3 a.m. to 5 a.m.? It doesn't make any sense what they're doing, but move it to March, open it up, and have these teams, kind of collecting and doing the whole combine part of it, but do it with all the tampering. That's what people want. They don't want to see this. Like, I get it, but enough people still watch it and are intrigued enough, and there's enough corporations that want to be in bed with the NFL.
People
that this
there.
is going to continue on and be successful. And if you don't like it, I don't want to say, because I want you to try to fix it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you can't try and fix it. But I'm not gonna listen to all of the whining and outrage about
Belly
something
aching.
that's really just kind of fun. They're trying to have fun.
It's like rushing the field.
If you don't like it, fine. I get it. You don't have to like it. Don't watch it. It's not that hard. But you don't have to tell everybody else, "No, it's so stupid." But if you want to do that too, great. But I'm not going to be one of those ears listening. And that's the way the world works.
The only clip I even saw of the Pro Bowl games was Micah Parsons riding around the field like an elderly person at Walmart in one of those motorized scooters. That was all I saw. And that was fun. I enjoyed seeing him. His little handy cam out, taking video. Unable to participate, obviously, following his ACL surgery. But he was out there, out and about. So that was nice. Meanwhile, while the Pro Bowl games were going on, as you mentioned, Matt LaFleur, the Green Bay Packers head coach, was in Arizona for the introduction of Mike LaFleur,
cool, man.
his younger brother, as the new coach of the Cardinals.
Yeah, I have to. That is, you can say what you want. I think that's awesome. Like, to have your brother also be a head coach, and then to be able to go down there and support him, and his family goes down there. That's. I have to think that from a parent standpoint, there can't be anything cooler than seeing both your boys be able to live their dream out and then to support each other. It's awesome. Pretty good stuff.
It was, and I also enjoyed. Matt LaFleur said something. In fact, I'm forwarding it to Jesse right now from the YouTube of Cardinals on SI. Matt
You're
LaFleur.
blanking me? Was it the "you're blanking me" thing?
No. But it is in there too. The video I found it on YouTube. My buddy Wes Hodkiewicz from Packers.com sent it to me. He had watched it as well. And Matt LaFleur, and this was Wes's observation, and he was right. Matt LaFleur looked, I don't want to say like a different person, but he did not look quite so puckery as he did at times. Now, obviously, it's the offseason versus, hey, big game against the Bears, right? Yeah, you're puckering, you're nervous, you're apprehensive.
Is he letting himself go a little bit, getting a little chubbier, like everybody's kind of?
So I don't want to. Again, the situation matters, right? He's there, excited for his brother. He's not there for inquisition on why they didn't win their playoff game or whatever else. But I did feel like at times last season, with people asking him if he's coaching for his job and all the other stuff and the ups and downs of a season, like it looked to me like he was burdened. Okay? And look, it's a pressure-packed job. Pressure is a privilege.
Absolutely.
And as we learned from Billie Jean King. But it did seem like maybe it was a lot. And I don't know if that was because uncertainty about his future, right? As he knew he was essentially in the last real meaningful season of his contract because he was either going to get fired or get extended because we don't believe in lame ducks around here. But I thought he looked lighter, and that was Wes's observation too. And so I don't know what that means. It could have been just, hey, it's the offseason, and I'll go back to being, anxious when the season starts. But I did feel like there was I don't want to say a cloud, but it was tough. And look, I'm not feeling sorry for him. So before the YouTube comments start, I'm not.
A lot of beat guys saying he shouldn't be back. There's a lot of people in your room that were saying that to old Matty Ice. So yeah, I can understand that.
Be that as it may,
I don't know if I could see him back in that room. I think I heard that quote from some folks, and I've heard a lot of stuff, a lot of articles written, a lot of people coming for the King's head.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Be that as it may, he is back, and he will continue to be the head coach, at least for this season. And I'm curious to see where he's at in terms of his where his head is at, and whether there's a freer Matt LaFleur, or if he will still feel kind of burdened by those expectations. But it was fun to see him. He was in a great mood yesterday, excited for his brother. We'll see if we've got some space in the program here to hear
Probably
from him.
going to the Waste Management golf outing.
Well, that's where you can really let your hair down, from what I understand.
Oh, God, yeah. Best sporting event to watch if you're in the right places. And I bet Matty Ice would be in the right places. Be my guess.
He's got some good connections, just like we've got some good connections when it comes to windows. You know who called me yesterday?
Gina
Della called me yesterday. What a treat that was, unexpectedly.
You talked to Gina and
she
Ron
sent
Wolf in the same day?
Yes.
Gina sent me a video of someone down, I believe, at the Pella Experience Center in Brookfield that I let use the bathroom line ahead of me 15 or 20 years ago. And she said, oh, you're such a nice young man, all this other stuff. So I got a nice video message.
Is that because you were going to poop in there and you didn't want to give her the Todd Blackledge treatment, or why did you?
I don't know. Jason, I don't know that. But what I do know is if you need new windows or doors, Pella is who you go to. Our homes need to be ready for just about anything in Wisconsin year-round. Just look at the month of January. If you don't believe me, it was warm. It got freezing. And you need to have those windows and doors that'll save you money and keep your house running efficiently. That's why Pella focuses on quality and durability in everything that they do. And they have a great little deal going on here down at the NARI Spring Home Improvement Show, February 13th through the 15th at Wisconsin State Fair Park, booth number 420. Booth 420.
Yeah,
it's a big I've been told it is a big, beautiful booth down there at the NARI Spring Home Improvement Show. Book an in-home consultation at that show, and you'll receive a free Design Works rendering. Don't miss out also on the 0% financing for 4 years. That ends at the end of the month. Visit PellaWI.com to learn more today.
We'll get ready for Brian Bulaga, who is scheduled to appear today, and Uncle Homer, before I go to Lambeau Field to ask questions of Brian Gutekunst. Wilde and Tausch rolls on next, so stick around.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Truth Nation, mark your calendars for Friday, February 20th, as we will be hosting our second annual Truth Community Awards, hosted by the legendary Home, Blow, and Bailey Cope. Tickets are on sale now. Visit 1017truthawards.com to learn more. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks, Gruber, Steinhoffel, Cousin Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. Come celebrate with us on Friday, February 20th at the Truth Community Awards from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Do not miss out on the best community awards event of the year.
Disney on Ice presents Frozen and Encanto in one exciting family experience. Sing along with Anna and Elsa in wintry Arendelle. And celebrate the power of love, Y Familia, with Mirabel and Bruno in the show everyone will be talking about, live in your hometown. Coming to Fiserv Forum February 12th through 16th. Tickets on sale now. Visit DisneyOnIce.com for show details.
Come grow with us at Glenroy. For more than 6 decades, our family-owned company has built its reputation on quality, reliability, and providing strong career opportunities in our community. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Here, you'll find competitive wages, a clean, modern workspace, fully vested 401k, yearly bonus award, and the chance to build a manufacturing career with purpose. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers.
People say buying a home in winter is tough. But fewer buyers means less competition, and motivated sellers can mean better opportunities.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf and Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. When the perfect home appears, our team at Tony Wendorf and Associates helps you move fast, even during the snow.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service by simply searching online Tony Wendorf.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Wendorf and Associates.
If you're trying to get through your daily activities and you're noticing you can't because you're focusing more on your pain than being able to enjoy the moment, those are the patients that we're looking to treat because we can make a difference.
That's Dr. Ashley Caravelli, a medical director for QC Kinetics.
What we're doing at QC Kinetics is offering treatments that help with joint preservation. We use cutting-edge technology in our in-house lab to harness your body's natural healing powers and target the areas where you need them the most.
These are regenerative, non-surgical treatments, and QC Kinetics is the nation's leader, delivering lasting relief to tens of thousands of patients.
What we do know is that the sooner we start treatment, the sooner you'll see relief.
So don't wait another minute. See if you're a good candidate for these non-surgical treatments for joint pain. The consultation is completely free.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Grab the dial and crank it up, baby, because Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is spinning its Winning Hits collection. Over the next 3 months, you could win a share of over $1 million in prizes. On top of thousands in cash and reward play, you could win one of 3 new Ford vehicles in the grand finale drawings on March 27th. Just play with your rewards card to earn entries. Press play on the Winning Hits collection, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
We need to optimize the PID controller for smoother robotic movements.
Our data analysis shows a significant correlation between the variables in both control groups.
The test shows you've experienced an acute myocardial infarction.
As you'll see on the syllabus, this course will largely focus on the Mesozoic era.
Get your child the access every child deserves. Enroll your K through 8th grade child by February 28th at Milwaukee College Prep, mkeprep.com/enroll.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Getting ready for Brian Bulaga, scheduled to appear. I'm very committed to clock management today. Now, you can make that commitment, but that doesn't mean you'll keep it. So I will do the best I can. I do have one brief question for you before we get to the latest Giannis. That's what I'm calling this now. Giannis and nonsense. Combining together. Giannis. What do you think? No?
Not bad. Not bad.
I got a new mug for my coffee. I know you're famously someone who doesn't like to drink your coffee out of a cup with a cover on it, plastic cover. So it's this Mr. Rogers mug, and when it gets hot, my coffee is now cold if you're watching on video. His jacket, you know how he would turn his, he would change out of his sport coat and into a sweater when he'd come into work? It changes from his sport coat to his sweater when it gets hot. And it's really exciting for me. So I just wanted to share that.
That makes me sad that that's exciting for you.
If Mike McCarthy wins a Super Bowl with the Pittsburgh Steelers, does he become more Pittsburgh than Mr. Rogers?
I didn't even know Rogers was a Pittsburgh guy.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. It's where the museum is. I'm gonna go when I go visit Mike and Aaron.
It felt
I'm gonna
like
go to
Mr. Rogers was more Middle America to me. So
yeah, he didn't have the Pittsburgh edginess that you would presume would come from a Pittsburgh.
Like Mr. Rogers wasn't like you think Pittsburgh. You think Iron Jaw, and I'm gonna punch a blank in the mouth if I got it.
Pittsburgh macho,
I didn't feel that way about Mr. Rogers.
Where do you think Mr. Rogers is from?
Missouri. I feel like he's a Missouri guy.
He's from Branson?
Yeah, I can see him in Branson. Yeah, Missouri. Ozarks.
I can see
bring a little light edge to the Ozarks.
I can see Giannis in San Francisco. I can see him in a variety of places, but let's be honest, Giannis. You're tired of this now, right? Jim Owczarski in the Journal-Sentinel with a story yesterday. I noticed there were plenty of people plucking out the quotes where Giannis tells him that if he had it his way, he would retire a Buck and he would spend his entire career there. But then they don't include, it's kind of like when you bring up I have a hard time seeing him go back into the room as the head coach after the way they lost that night in Chicago. None of the rest of the context is in there. The other context is really important here, right? Because the next thing he says was, if it happens the way it does, he's not going to be here, and he wants to chase a championship. Like, he makes it sound like things are out of his control. Sign an extension and spend the rest of your career here, bro. I'm just exhausted.
Here's the deal. Giannis, what we love about Giannis is his youthfulness, his childlike enthusiasm. He has the funny jokes. He does the dad jokes. He is a fun-loving, charismatic cat, and that's what we love about him. And that's what's happening here. He doesn't want to be the stern business person that he needs to be. So he's playing both sides. He doesn't want anyone's feelings hurt. Well, feelings are going to get hurt. And that's just how this is going to go. So yes, all of the things we love about Giannis in the 12 or 13 years he's been here are what we're kind of getting worn out on over the course of this last year and a half, however you want to look at it, because I think Giannis has felt this way for a while. It's taken him a long enough time to kind of just push out enough stuff via his agent and other people, and he is having a really difficult time in breaking up with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Breaking up is hard to do, I've heard.
And then there's a portion of him that is probably thinking, well, the comfortable, easy thing to do is just to stay, to collect the next $300 million. Maybe things can turn, maybe they won't. And I think the ownership group and the Milwaukee Bucks are looking at it saying, can we realistically, with Giannis, with the wear and tear that he's got, that you either make that decision now, and you're probably not going to, unless you get incredibly fortunate with the one draft pick that you have, you're probably not going to have a lot to show for it other than say, well, Giannis played 15 or 16 years, even though he has shown the last couple years that there's more and more injuries coming down the pipe. All of Giannis's great qualities that we loved throughout this term are what we're so frustrated and disappointed about now. And that by no means equals itself, because the youthfulness and the work ethic and, all of the things that I mentioned early, that trumps everything else. So if this is the result of him being, I guess, not as cutthroat as the business of sports forces you to be in his position, so be it. I can live with this and the fact that, will he or won't he? Does he want to be? He wants to win, and I think he knows in his heart of hearts it's not going to be able to be done here. That window is closed, and he needs to move forward, but he doesn't want to say it because he doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. That's what I read into Owczarski's article.
Here's the quote from Jim's story, and again, you can find it at jsonline.com. It is really interesting. It is worth your time.
It's a great scoop and a get by him.
Great job by Jim to get him to open up. But again, it's kind of the same stuff, just said more eloquently, in my opinion, when it comes to his future. If you ask me what do I really want deep down in my heart, I want to be a Milwaukee Buck until I retire and win a championship here. End of sentence. Now, here's the problem. He didn't stop there. It was not the end of the paragraph. It may have been the end of that sentence. But then he says, if that is not possible to happen, and if then you realize maybe that's not the case, and maybe they're looking elsewhere, and that's not what they're trying to do, then automatically you have to be in the plans of what they're trying to do or weigh the other options. It's normal. Now, that's a bit of a word salad, but what that sounds like to me is he's trying to make it sound like the Bucks want to move on from him, And so then he's got to consider other options. Can we agree that if Giannis said at the end of the sentence that he wants to be a Milwaukee Buck until he retires, that the ownership group and Horst and everybody else would say, great, we have no interest in trading you. Can we agree on that or not?
Yep. I will agree on that, yes.
So, what are we doing here? I am sure that at the
it's pretty obvious what we're doing here. He doesn't want to be. He wants to win a championship. He knows he can't. And he doesn't want to hurt Milwaukee's feelings. He loves his time here. He spent more than half of his life here. He's got married here. He's got his kids, his family. All of those things are true, but the reality is setting in that with all of the big moves that we made and it didn't work, we're pretty much
screwed.
So if his main focus, and it is to win a championship, I think he knows in his heart of hearts what he needs to do, but he just isn't there mentally to say it to Ozarski and just say, listen, man, yeah, been a hell of a run here, but it's time. Mm-hmm. And that would be the best case for everybody, but that's not where his head's at, or at least that's not what he wants to portray publicly.
Yeah,
pretty obvious.
I think that's a very good point. I don't know what the sports book at Hard Rock Casino Rockford has on the odds of his next team, but whoever you guys would have picked, you would have got it wrong.
The Bulls went way up. I know the Bulls went way up,
did you
which
see
I
that?
was really surprised by. I don't know what they have that we'd want, but whatever. Hard Rock Casino
Jordan?
Rockford, I know what they got. They got great table games. They have unbelievable slots, and they got a great sports book with great food and great entertainment. Everything you're looking for, Hard Rock Casino Rockford has it, and they have an elevated high-limit room experience that delivers premium table games to play tailored for discerning players. Enhanced game rules include blackjack, where the dealer will stand on that soft 17, which gives you much better odds, faster play, and the kind of authentic high-limit action that does set the Hard Rock Casino Rockford apart. And you know what? If you don't have anything going on Sunday, 60 minutes down the road, you're going to go have a great meal. You're going to have a lot of folks around. You're going to have a party atmosphere. And if you want to dabble a little bit, Hard Rock Casino Rockford will have you covered. Again, right off of I-90, on your way, right down in Rockford, Illinois.
Brian Bulaga joins us next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Giannis Watch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here, you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Most insurance accepted.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Your taste buds are in luck. The Reuben is back at Cousin Subs. Try this classic sub grilled to order just for you. Stacked with corned beef, Wisconsin Swiss cheese, and sauerkraut topped with Thousand Island dressing and served on rye bread. And our delicious mint shake is back. Both the Reuben and mint shake can be ordered via the Cousins app or online for a limited time only. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Don't think twice. Call
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Buying a new roof might not be the most exciting thing you'll do this year, but for us at Big Fish Contracting, being chosen to do that roof for you not only provides income for multiple families in southeastern Wisconsin, but has a global reach and impact around the world. To us, it's more than just a roof. We've been earning trust for over 2 decades, roofing, siding, windows, and more. Go to bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
You know, Jesse always asks me, as we're coming back from break, are you ready? And usually I am. But I'm especially ready for Bryan Bulaga today with my Iowa hoodie. What's the name of this bird? What do they call this bird?
Pterodactyl.
He's got a name, though, right? The Hawkeye, he's got a name?
The punter.
Henry or Hank or Harry or something? Well, this guy's got a name. His name is Bryan Bulaga. America needs farmers, and Wilde and Tausch needs Bryan Bulaga. Bryan, good morning. How are you?
Morning. And Jesse, that's Herky. That's Herky the Hawkeye.
Herky.
There you go.
That's good.
You know, just
jerky.
just because you didn't have a football team at your college, and now you're a big Badger fan. I mean, I know and respect the Badgers mascot, Bucky. I mean, I even know that.
Rascal.
Let's show a little respect, right?
Okay.
Let's show a little respect,
fairness, in fairness,
a little mutual respect.
No. In fairness, it was me who didn't know what his name was. It wasn't Jesse's fault.
He said the punter. He probably said no points in a bowl game 2 years ago or whatever he said. I don't know.
All right, so his name is Herky. Herky the Hawkeye. That's what I have on my hoodie today. Herky the Hawkeye. All right.
That's a nice sweatshirt, by the way.
It is. It's a throwback. I love the old school logos. I'm a big fan of the old school logos.
What's the hat? We had the YouTube comments thinking you're wearing a Michigan hat with an Iowa hoodie.
No, yeah, it's a Michigan hat.
No. Milwaukee Brewers. I'm on this Brewers hat kick. I got a bunch of different ones, and this is the one they wore when they first became the Brewers after they'd been the Seattle Pilots. It was just the classic M. There's photos of Robin Yount, my favorite player, wearing it in his rookie season.
Looks like Bo Schembechler's hat back in the 80s.
Yeah, different. The M is. I'm here to tell you the M is different, but that's okay. None of us here went to Michigan. Some of us went to a superior institution, the University of Wisconsin. Others went to Bradley in Iowa. But Brian always makes us smarter when he's on the program. Make me smarter for my sit down. Well, not sit down. I mean, we'll be sitting down. He'll, I assume, be behind a podium. From talking to Gutey today. What's on your mind when Gutey faces questions, finally, after the season? What would you, if you'd like to put in some requests, what's on your mind?
Yeah, I mean, I think, obviously I'm an O-line stan, so that's kind of my thing. I want to know what the direction of that group is. In all honesty, like what is the direction? And do we look at the major changes we made with personnel last year as kind of a little bit of a letdown? Like, do you consider was that a positive in your mind? And to me, that's the question that I want to know. Because if we looked at, I guess, if upper management and the scouting department and the guys that, put this thing together look at how that group performed based on the personnel they acquired and drafted as a plus, then we gotta have some questions about it, right? We got to talk about that a little bit because to get this offense going in the direction it needs to go, those five need to perform. And if we can't do what we brought in all these giant, massive offensive linemen to do, and that's run block for a back that likes going downhill, if that's not working, then what did we make this personnel change from an offensive line unit standpoint from how it's always been in Green Bay? What's the direction we're going? And to me, that's what I'm really interested in hearing, because we all know, right? Sheed's gone, Sean Ryan most likely gone, Elton most likely gone. You're now moving Jordan Morgan to left tackle, which we don't really know how that's even going to go.
Nope.
So what's the plan for this group? That's my biggest question. Like, what's the plan? What's the identity of this group?
Hey, Blue, what's because we talked about this last week when you were saying the move was to go bigger, Belton, Banks. Is that still the philosophy? Because I think you obviously have that position. It made my number 2, and before you leave today, we want your 3. Jesse, what are you posting up on the old interweb? 3 biggest question marks for Brian Gutekunst about the roster?
Yeah,
is that what it was?
This was your list from yesterday.
There you go.
Top 3 issues facing Gutey this offseason.
And I guess the other thing I'd love to know is how aligned are you with the head football coach on what you're looking for in offensive linemen? What is the biggest thing you want? Because it feels as if they want the athletic guys, like when you played and when you guys brought in Billy Turner and you had those guys that could get up on the second level, and then it felt like that shift after the Eagles dominated us up front. Where are you at with that? Is it a mix? Is it a hybrid? Or are you acknowledging that you need to get more athletic and not as big? Those are, I think, where I'm at with the O-line.
I'm with you. That's exactly where I'm trying to go with this. Like, I feel that if you're going to go big, like he has, and like they have in the draft and with free agent signings, there better be one thing that's working, and it works all the time, and that's the downhill run game. Like, that needs to work. That has to work, because if it doesn't, then you've sacrificed something else for that, and that is pass protection. And we've seen that in the last, because it was really strong last year, pass protection. Like, let's be honest about it. Like, the pass pro was very good for Jordan Love last year with the group that was there. Make this change this year, wasn't as good. I mean, it just wasn't. I mean, it just was not as good. He was under duress quite a bit. There were games that were clean at times, right? I mean, not every game was bad, but for the most part, when we had to have certain, just be in straight passing situations, right? It happens in a bunch of games throughout the year. You have to throw the football. We were in trouble at times, and it was not good. I mean, again, I always look at the last game. The last game of the season is the biggest impression, and unfortunately, that's the way it goes. And in the last game of the season, the Bears pressured the heck out of us in the second half, and when we threw the football,
Didn't have any answers.
and we didn't have any answers. We couldn't pick up pressures.
Yep.
We couldn't pass block one-on-one, and that to me is a big issue. When you have what we think, and I think everyone here agrees, is a pretty damn good quarterback that can deliver the ball on time and throw strikes and do everything that this offense needs to do when he's called upon. So, yeah, that's a big question for me. Like, what direction is this thing going from an offensive lineman standpoint?
You said something there that I'm trying to think of how to ask it of Gutey, because you both, as former great right tackles, made this point. It felt like you react to the last game of the season. Last year, they reacted to the last game of the season by saying we need to get bigger and bulkier on the offensive line so we don't get bully-balled by people like the Eagles. Now, a year later, we're still talking about the offensive line, and now we're talking about the protection that it failed to provide in the second half, when I understand they lost the game by giving up 25 points in the fourth quarter, but they also lost the game in the first four series offensively of the second half when they managed 19 total yards and 1 first down. Yes. So I want to ask something to the effect of, how much can the last game of the season, when it is a playoff loss, impact your thinking? And do you have to guard against an overcorrection based on what happened? Because, and look, I don't want this to be about our opinion, but I think based on the evidence we got from last season, this past 2025 season, there was an overcorrection on the offensive line. You moved the left guard out of his spot to center, where before he got injured, he didn't play great. And your big prized free agent signing, while he was healthier in the second half and played a little bit better, probably didn't play great either. And he's a big dude. And now you have an opportunity to completely overhaul your offensive line again. Like, not to be whatever, but pick a lane. Right? Like, how do I... Yeah. That's what I feel like we need to get at when it comes to that aspect of this team. Is that wrong?
No, it's not wrong. And the
Lane
thing...
Taylor. Lane Johnson. A lot of lanes you can pick.
Brad Lane.
A lot of lanes. Yeah, there are a lot of lanes.
Lane Grindle.
I don't...
Brewers announcer.
He's an announcer.
Brian.
Brian's like, can I just get my thought in?
Well, you're losing me now with announcements.
Sorry, Herky.
Oh, wow. See, here we go.
If he's Herky, that makes Jesse jerky, I believe.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, we could talk about an overreaction to the last game, but that was all over the tape. The breakdowns in protection and lack of pass protection was all over the tape compared to 2024, right? Like, it's not like it was like it's equal, and then just the last game there were breakdowns. Like, that's not the case. And then I get it. Injuries impact that. You lose Zach Tom, and he's out for I don't know how many games this season, but you lose him, and then you lose stability at that spot where then you can slide things. But at the same time, you make the decision, right, to go with Sheed over Jordan Morgan, and Sheed struggled down the stretch as well in pass protection. So, like, it's not like this was a one-off in the NFC champion, or not the NFC championship game. Gosh, I don't know why I said
wild
that.
Card.
In the wild card round. This was on the tape. Like, this wasn't an accident, and that to me is the question, because Tausch, you said it. Is the scouting department and who they're bringing in, right, aligned with what Matt wants to do with the offense and how he sees it, and how, when he originally came in, how that group was built out and players that were acquired to run that scheme? And it has changed dramatically. It has. I mean, and whether you say that it hasn't, or we don't really look at it that way, we look at it more of based on our, what's the thing that Gutey always drafts on? It's like the
RAS. RAS.
Yes, the RAS. That's just what our RAS point or scale told us. Like, that's not true. I mean, there are body types that Ted Thompson drafted specifically. Like, he drafted certain guys, and it was the same. Like, you looked at guys that got brought in, very similar, all played to a certain style, all were able to adapt to what the offense wanted. This is, like, different. You have a mix of guys that it just doesn't seem to flow. Like, you have Zach Tom, one of the guys that was there when Dave was there, for God's sake, right? I mean, like, Dave was there with him. That was when that certain body style was being drafted. He's your best offensive lineman. Like, it's Elton, when he was healthy and obviously playing in his preferred position, was drafted my first year. That was a body type and a certain style of player that was brought in, and he was very, very good. So, like, there's a rhyme and a reason for why you bring in certain styles and body types of players to fit a scheme, because you can't make a mauler into a pass blocker that does it 40 times a game. It just doesn't work that way. Like, I know maybe that's being a little judgmental, but it's just the truth. I mean, it just is. Everyone can point to the Eagles the year we lost to them. They ran the hell out of the ball. That's what they did. They ran the ball. And they did so much play action that no one was going to pass rush them anyway, because they were so scared of stopping the run and Saquon. So, like, that's why their pass blocking grade was so good. Now, Lane Johnson gets hurt. The run game's not working as well in Philly. What struggles? The pass game in Philly. I mean, it's just I know I'm not like recreating the wheel here, but it's very evident to see patterns and what fits your scheme and what doesn't. And that, to me, that's my biggest question. And I have other ones, obviously, but, like, that to me is the biggest one.
Brian, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to get your 3 issues or concerns. We'll give you what Tausch gave and I gave, because Jesse made these fancy schmancy AI logos, right? There you go. There's Tausch's right there.
You don't have to tell everyone it's AI. We could just pretend like I worked real hard on these.
But no one who listens to the show regularly thinks you went through the effort of doing this, right?
But I did go through the effort of doing it. I just
you did.
I had my assistant help, and my assistant is ChatGPT.
Yes. Well, you did a great job of doing that. Just like,
has ChatGPT ever fired somebody? Have they said, I am not going to work for you?
Not yet.
Like, you're too demanding. You ask me too much. I'm taking a beat.
I resign.
Yeah. Like, sorry, Jesse, but I can't work under these conditions. You don't let me have unlimited candy from the candy dish.
No,
Jesse,
you're thinking of me, not ChatGPT.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's Jesse instead of ChatGPT.
Good one.
Tausch. Not bad.
While ChatGPT takes the rest of the day off, they could head over to the Pickler and get a couple of games of pickleball in.
Indeed, the Pickler, Menominee Falls, right off Appleton Avenue, an indoor pickleball spot. Weather not an excuse, even though it has been crappy out. You won't be able to play any of it. Not when you have the Pickler right in your neighborhood. It's built for everybody, beginners, former athletes, anyone that just wants to get some movement in. Offering free learn-to-play clinics every Monday and Saturday at noon. No experience, no gear. Just come on in. They will teach you everything. You're going to get a great workout. You're going to meet a bunch of awesome people, and it's something that you're definitely going to come back for. They even got a West Allis location coming up soon. Stop on in to the Pickler in Menominee Falls or contact the club directly, starting online at thepickler.com. That's PICKLR.com.
More with Brian Bulaga and Herky and Jerky next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
The Packers also got a defensive coordinator.
I like the hire. I think he's proven. He's coached high-level defenses, ones that went to the Super Bowl.
The best 60 minutes of your day happens on the Homer Hour.
It'll be interesting to see what he brings from a schematic standpoint. Ran a lot of 3 down. This team just got rebuilt to be a 4-down team.
Weekday afternoons from 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Hey, this is Jason Wilde from Wilde and Tausch. Valentine's Day is almost here, and Racine Danish Kringles has you covered with their heart-shaped Kringle. You know my family loves Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles, and sometimes they share it with me. Racine Danish Kringles offers a heart-shaped Kringle with pink icing in raspberry, chocolate silk cherry, and pecan flavors to send to your loved one. Order at Kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles, the official pastry of ESPN Wisconsin. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
Ben Brust here for the Princeton Club. If you're looking for your better tomorrow, you know where to go. It's the Princeton Club. If you're looking to grow, it's also the Princeton Club, because they will cheer for you in all areas of your life. The best way to do that is to start a foundation of having a healthy body, and your growth will start from there. With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, they provide everything for you to reach your goals. Start your better tomorrow today and grow in all areas of your life at the Princeton Club. Join for a better tomorrow.
Homer here with a message about Three Pillars Senior Living Communities, located on a serene setting along the Bark River on 300 gorgeous acres. Three Pillars Senior Living Communities is a top-ranked full continuum community: active adult, independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing, and rehab. Three Pillars, the hands-down choice for you or your loved one. Been there. Know people who live there. They love it. You got to go to Dousman and see it in person. Get all the info on Three Pillars at threepillars.org.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
At Citizens Bank, we believe banking is more than transactions. It's about being recognized and remembered. It's feeling like you're understood and supported along the way. It's the small stuff that says, we know you. Because when your bank gets you, banking just feels better. Citizens Bank. Bank where you belong. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/belong. Citizens Bank is member FDIC.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
We roll on with Brian Bulaga, the pride of Iowa. All right, now, Jesse, let's recap, because, frankly, I don't remember what I said. But you made these lovely graphics without any help from any digital platform whatsoever. You just worked so hard to make them look so nice. What were my and Tausch's big three of, how did we describe this, priorities of the offseason?
Top three issues facing Packers GM Brian Gutekunst this offseason, which maybe we could have phrased that differently, but that's how Tausch brought it up when he teased it yesterday. So Jason's list: offensive line number 1, corner number 2, interior defensive line number 3. That's Jason's list. And old T's list: special teams number 1, offensive line number 2, defensive line number 3.
Yeah, old boy was very passionate about needing to upgrade the return game. I disagreed with him, which has been known to happen from time to time with the big fella. But I agree with you on special teams. I didn't put it in my top 3, but it was basically the others receiving
because nobody
votes.
ever. Here's the deal. And before I would let Brian get into his, here's the deal. Nobody ever wants to because, it's third place. It's not that big a deal. So you're not going to prioritize it. And I had a bunch of people on Twitter, corner. Yeah, I'm not arguing we couldn't use a corner. But if you really want to change something and get it better than being 25th or worse every blanking year, you have to prioritize and do it. So if you're going to just sit here and give it lip service, I also think special teams needs to be better, but I'm not going to put it in my top 3. Well, then then you don't. You get what you prioritize, you get what you emphasize, and if you don't want to, then don't complain about how bad the special teams are. That's all I'm saying. I said I'm going to prioritize it because I saw, and Brian, I just see a team that is playing for a world championship this weekend that did prioritize special teams and did win a game. They were down 16 blanking points, and that got them home field, that got them to a Super Bowl with a return guy that took one back in that game and in the first playoff game. And those things mattered because John Schneider said, you know what? I'm not going to just say, we'll get to special teams. I'm actually going to go and prioritize it, get it done. And, by the way, we're going for a championship. Go ahead.
Brian, your response, and then I'm going to ask you both a question after Brian's done.
You know who else prioritizes special teams is New England. New England does it as well.
Where are they at this weekend?
Yeah.
The Bahamas.
And by the way, before you continue, their first championship with Tom Brady, they went up to Pittsburgh and Brown scored a touchdown. They won that game because of special teams. Vinatieri making a kick in the tuck game. Continue. That's why it's infuriating when Jason says what he just said there and acts like he's trying to emphasize it, but he can't even put it in his top 3 list that ChatGPT put out, but then he's going to say he's prioritizing it? No, you didn't. Continue.
Yeah, so I'm with you on special teams. I'll go from bottom to top because I think special teams is a priority. I mean, being ranked in the bottom third of the league every year is an issue. That's an issue. So I think we have questions at kicker, right? I think that's a valid question, which is a big part of the team. That's points. That's points all the time. That's an issue. I think how we cover kickoffs and punts and things like that, that's an issue. What personnel are we putting out on the field? Do we have the personnel behind the guys that definitely aren't doing special teams to play that role, right? That's a big deal. Normally that's a young player or a veteran that's a backup that goes and does those things. That's normally the guys that play special teams. They take a lot of pride in it. That's normally how that works. So I'm going to go special teams at 3. I'm going to go, yes, I'm worried about corner. That's an issue, and I think that's Captain Obvious. But I'm gonna go with Jason in interior defensive line because to me that is the biggest. You're a wide away from having another season like this one, right? Wyatt gets hurt. You're looking pretty bleak and slim in there. Let's just call it what it is. So that to me is a big deal. You need to have more than one dominant, guy that can stop the run. You got to have multiple guys that you can keep those guys fresh, bring them in and out, and do things like that. And to me, that's a big deal. And we're in a division that runs the football. They run the ball. The Bears run the ball. The Lions, they want to run the ball. I don't know what Minnesota wants to do.
Neither do they.
Maybe they'll want to run the ball next year too. I don't know. Maybe they'll want to do that next year. But you need to be able to stop the run. And you look at who's in the Super Bowl. Seattle, they run the ball. They run it really good. Let's just call it what it is. And you got to be able to hold up against those teams and take something away. For sure, take something away, and that has to be the run game. And then my first one, we spent the whole first segment on it, is the offensive line, because those guys are responsible for protecting your most valuable investment, and that's your quarterback. And to me, that's going to be the question. And the question, too, is say the left tackle move doesn't work. Say you get into training camp, say you get into week one, and it's just not working. What's the plan? Where are you going with it? And that to me is because, listen, I want Jordan Morgan to work out for how much he's moved around and had to do this and had to do that. And I want him to play really well there. I do. But I just don't have any, video
evidence.
Tape. Yes, video evidence of that being a home run right now. I don't have anything to, feel really good about that. So if it doesn't work, what are you going to do in week 3? Are we going to rotate at left tackle? We're going to rotate guys in and out? Because I'm over that too a little bit. I'm really over that as well. The rotating of offensive linemen in and out of a game. I'm really past that too.
Blue, let's say that does happen. Is that Belton to right tackle and you move Zach Tom to left?
That'll probably be what they do. That'll probably be what they do.
Then who do you got at guard?
I don't exactly. Well, that's my question. That's the domino that falls, right? That doesn't work. What are you doing?
Donovan Jennings.
Yeah.
So two quick follow-ups. One, you mentioned Devontae Wyatt. You watched the film with a much more discerning eye than I did. Is he good?
Yes.
How good? He's a first-round pick. He's had injury issues each of the last 2 years.
Yep.
They have him on the fifth-year option.
Why doesn't he get the Christian Watson treatment?
That's another fair question. I mean, a guy fell on his leg and broke it.
When he's healthy, he's good. Hey, you know what? Christian Watson, when he's healthy, he's really good.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, his injury this year, there's not much he could do about it. That was bad friendly fire. I mean, that's
not great. So he's good. All right. So he's a guy that if he stays healthy this season, you would extend. You would pay him.
I would.
Okay. All right.
Because it's just like offensive linemen. When you have guys like that are good, they're hard. You just can't go pluck them out of nowhere and fill them. And fill those spots. It's very hard to do.
Okay.
It's why Ted and even Gutey re-signed Zach Tom for the contract he got. When you have good players in roles like that, you just can't let them walk and think, oh yeah, we'll replace that. It's very difficult to do.
Brian, we had this discussion yesterday, and I think the Sean Ryan, what they do with him is going to be a great case study, because in the past, Ted Thompson would have re-signed John Runyon, a good, steady player, not a world beater, but a good player that you know what you're going to get. And you pay market rate for him. They decided not to, and then you go get a Banks, or I know it's been a couple of years, but you start jostling around. And I'll be curious if you're a betting man, is Sean Ryan back with the Green Bay Packers? Because we just went through a litany of things that could happen. You take him out of the equation, where he can play guard and center. What are you going to go with, Monk? You're going to go with that lefty that I still don't know his name? What do you think happens with him?
That's a great question, because we saw what Runyon got on the market. What was it, 2 years, $6 million?
10.
Like
3 years, $30 million, 10 a pop. Yep.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not talking about just running Myers. Myers at center.
Yeah, so he signed 1 year for like $2 million, and then he got an extension, which paid him much better than that. They liked what they got from him. Now again, it's the Jets, so we question their judgment.
But I just look at stability from the center position. You knew what you were going to get from Myers week in and week out. You were going to get stability at the center position, which is very important. And this is kind of the same thing, right? Like if you go into planning this offseason going, okay, what do we think we can get in the draft or what's going to be available on the market? We need to fill the center position is vital this season. Like it is absolutely vital that you have a guy that's snapping the ball from day one. Like that's very important. So if it's me, I would try to get Sean Ryan back on a deal like Myers got with the Jets, some type of prove it deal at this, and just say you're playing center. That's what you're doing. Like we're not here to move you around and do this and do that. Like you're going to be a center this year. We want you to train.
Till we
like
draft
a center.
Ben Jones. Till we draft Benny Jones.
Until that, but that's
and then he could be your backup, guard and center. If that is how it plays out.
Yes, and then you have great depth. You have a guy that can play both guard positions. He can play center, and that's how you keep veteran depth around by doing those types. I get it's a 1 year deal, but at the same time, if he doesn't have that big of a market, that's what I would look at. I mean, you asked him to do a very tough job in the late end of the season when he hasn't been doing it. And besides some mistakes, he played admirably. Like, he really did. Like, he went in there and did a tough job in the business end of the season. And to me, that's valuable experience for him. But if he has to start the season as the center, I would be okay with that. Like, I would feel good with that, knowing that he started OTAs and he did camp and he did everything as the starting center. He's gotten those reps, which is important, in my opinion. So if it's me, I'm trying to bring him back on a similar deal. I'm trying to do that. And then if you're Sean Ryan, you look at that as a springboard. Like, if I perform well, I could get paid elsewhere. If I play really good at center this year, I can springboard that into a bigger deal, whether it's here or somewhere else. That helps me out in the future. Because we all know the spotlight's on Green Bay.
Sure.
They'll always be on primetime games. They're going to have a big audience. You play well with the Packers, chances are you're going to get paid somewhere, whether it's in Green Bay or elsewhere.
Minnesota will always pay for former Packers. Yeah. We've seen
So the strategy is hope that Sean Ryan doesn't have a good market. That sounds like a great plan. Also, by the way, I appreciate you both getting after me for not having special teams on my list. I don't believe that the Packers will prioritize special teams. You guys can say that till you're blue in the face that they should. I don't think it's going to happen.
Saying what they should do, not what they will do.
I know, but I'm setting myself up to tell you. I will ask Brian Gutekunst today if there needs to be some sort of if he feels the need to have a shift in how much emphasis they put on special teams. When you look at the two teams in the Super Bowl and how much special teams has helped them, is there a reason to have a philosophical shift when it comes to special teams? Brian, I will talk to you tomorrow on the Homer Hour, I think. Until then, Thanks, buddy. We appreciate you.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
That is the great Brian Bulaga and Herky the Hawkeye, live from Florida. We appreciate him, and we appreciate Gruber Law Offices. They've been our partners since the beginning as well. And David and his team are partners in our communities. All the great things they do in our community. And on top of that, and most importantly, if you've been injured in an accident, they will win your case. Go to the website, gruber-law.com, to find out more about all those great community things that they do, but also all the great lawyers, all the great judgments that they've won. And then if you need to make the call, make it. 414-276-6666, Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starts in just 2 minutes. That's all. Stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher, and if you're serious about getting more active this year, listen up. The Pickler in Menominee Falls is indoor pickleball, and it's for everybody, whether you're brand new or just trying to move more. Right now, they're offering free learn-to-play clinics every Monday and Saturday at noon. No experience, no gear. They'll teach you everything. So stop talking about your New Year's resolutions and go do something about it. Stop in at The Pickler in Menominee Falls or call the club for more details.
St. Anne's Center for Intergenerational Care switched from a previous vendor to business technology from James Imaging Systems. Why? CFO Sally Parente.
The service, the value, and the ease with which we can just keep using their service and not having any big headaches. It's not just all about the money. We're getting value here as well.
Robert Prang, CIO at Tri-City National Bank, likes the fact that James Imaging is local.
So being able to work with a local company like James that has that flexibility with their staff and being able to deliver for us has given us the ability to make the right decisions for our organization.
And Junior Achievement of Wisconsin VP of Enterprise Services, Lori Salzman, had this advice for others.
If anybody is looking for a good partner that is there to help find solutions, call James Imaging.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Visit jamesimaging.com.
February means big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath makeover and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time during our February winter savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com now. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle Bruston Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde's house begins now. We will talk a little more about Giannis because our friend Eric Name of The Athletic now has a piece. This is interesting. After he talked to Jim Ozarski from the Journal Sentinel.
Feels like a piece-off.
I know you love journalist on journalist crime and source-offs and everything else. I will say this about Giannis, and again, I understand the nuance, and I have criticized him for, if what you really want is to go play somewhere else, just come out and say it. He felt loyalty that he gave an interview to one of the two beat writers that travel with the team, and so last night he called Eric Name to give him equal treatment. And I'll tell you this, there ain't many people in professional sports that would have done that. So I don't question his. I have never, and I don't think anybody has, questioned his character. I just think, as you so eloquently put it, he just doesn't want to be the bad guy, and he's trying to figure out a way to avoid being the bad guy if and when he's playing for someone else.
Yes.
And I get that. So I'm gonna finish reading this in the next commercial break, and we'll talk a little bit about that before we talk to Homer. But I watched Matt LaFleur yesterday in Arizona as his brother Mike was introduced as the new head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. And he said something to the gaggle of reporters that talked to him after Mike's press conference got over with. And I'm noticing this trend that I think is really interesting. And because you now qualify as an old school NFL player, I want to get your thoughts on what he says here, because I don't think that it was like this when you played, which I understand you've been out of the league 15 years now. But while that seems like a long time, and you spent 10 of those with me, you poor soul, I thought this was really interesting what Matt LaFleur said, because I've heard Jeff Hafley talk about it. I've heard now Jonathan Gannon, although not right to me because he hasn't talked to us yet, talk about it. Here's Matt LaFleur yesterday with the Arizona media after his brother was introduced.
The resume of Sean's offensive coordinators going on to be head coaches, as you know well, is ridiculously impressive. What is it about working for Sean that prepares guys so well to go be head coaches?
That's a hell of a question. It is really impressive when you look at the list with Kevin O'Connell, Zach Taylor, myself, now Mike. I just think, I think he does such a great job, and I think this stems back to our days with the Shanahans as well, is just, learning ball the right way and trying to lay it out and build a foundation that you can lean back on. Having a clear philosophy. I think despite we're all a little bit different in regards to maybe how we call it, how we use our personnel, and I think that's the beauty in coaching, is you got to find out what your guys do the best and then put them in the position to go out there and do that. And I think just being around those guys, and certainly Sean does as good as anybody in the game, in my opinion, of just being able to adapt. Mike talked about being organic throughout the course of the season and how you evolve. And I think there's so much truth to that, and you can't be rigid. I think the days of rigidness in this profession, in coaching, are long gone. It can't be, this is how it's going to be, because this is the way we've always done it. It's, you got to find out what your guys do well, and then you put them in position, and it kind of organically grows throughout the course of a season.
So that was what jumped out at me, because, and I've told this story before, that I have buddies that covered the Buccaneers for a long time, and when Gruden was there, his big line was, "We do what we do." And I'm curious, in your playing career versus what you've observed now as an analyst, have you seen this shift from "we do what we do" to "we need to do what fits what we have and who we have"? Or do you think that's just people are talking about it more? Do you understand my question?
I do, and listening to that, it was very interesting, and I think it's more personality-based than it is football stuff, because the "we do what we do," it's not as if, if they have 11 people up to stop the run, that doesn't mean we're going to run the ball.
Sure.
No. But what it's more in line with is, you have to understand your personnel, but the great teams, they have, this is our bread and butter. This is what we will do, and until someone does something to stop us, Matt said basically it's about having that foundation. That's the "we do what we do." Mm-hmm. Then it comes down to, players, not plays. And you see that with McVay. He's going to go to Puka. He's going to find Devontae and put the ball in Matthew Stafford's hands. That's more in line with what that is. So, the idea of, and I think Matt LaFleur has been really good at this from the jump, because I think he came in and I think there was a little bit of a battle with Aaron Rodgers. And, is he going to audible? Is he going to do this? You want to utilize your player's strengths. If you have a player that's got 15 years of experience and knows what's coming blitz-wise and everything else, use it. If you have a young quarterback, let's make things simple so that he can have some success and build so that he can get to that point. And I just think that's common sense. Coaches have a much less edge than they did, and they don't have the same amount of authority that I think coaches in the 80s and 90s had. But I always think really good coaches have always adjusted to, what are we going to do when the money's on the table? We're going to get the ball to our best players. That's not rocket science. coaching isn't rocket science. Coaching there is nuance, but the great coaches now, you have relationships with players. It is no longer the my way or the highway. It is let's collaborate, work together. We have our standards that we need to do, and you can't step out of that. But it just feels like that's why it's gone this way and why Sean McVay has had as many lieutenants turn over as they've learned that.
Yep.
And I think that is very appealing to owners and to front offices, that you can win, and you can win in a way that, it's not as rigid, and it's not as, I guess, to take it a different way, it's not as Belichickian, or you can have some fun along the way too, but you have to understand what your personnel groupings are good at and execute that. And I think that's what most of these guys have figured out.
Like him running a ton of 3 tight ends this year. Right? That's what Sean McVay did offensively when he was missing pieces and everything else. All right. I do want to get to, and I'll reach out to Eric. I don't know if he'll have time for us, but maybe he'll have time for us tomorrow or later in the week. But I will reach out to Eric Name, because this conversation is interesting, and it builds upon what Giannis said to Jim Ozarski last night. And I'm eager to talk a little bit about it before we talk to Homer. But we can't do any of that until Tausch tells us about American Family Insurance.
American Family Insurance, proud partner of Wilde and Tausch from the jump. And since 1927, they've been committed to making life better with outstanding home and auto protection. Also, you're free to enjoy your dreams. Obviously, they do a ton out in the community as well. They got I'm sure there's going to be some big announcements coming up about the AmFam Championship pretty soon. That's a great event. They do all kinds. You go to a community event, you're going to see that American Family Insurance is there supporting it. So insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Half of American parents cannot afford diapers. This is WTMJ's Kristen Bry. This spring, WTMJ and the Milwaukee Diaper Mission are teaming up to change that. Join me for WTMJ Cares, Bowling for Babies, where we will raise funds for Milwaukee Diaper Mission. Join us March 7th at Village Bowl in Menominee Falls, where you can bowl with your favorite WTMJ hosts. Text BABY to the WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620 to get more information on how you can be part of our latest WTMJ Cares event.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Disney on Ice presents Frozen and Encanto in one exciting family experience. Sing along with Anna and Elsa in wintry Arendelle. And celebrate the power of love, y familia, with Mirabel and Bruno in the show everyone will be talking about, live in your hometown. Coming to Fiserv Forum February 12th through 16th. Tickets on sale now. Visit DisneyOnIce.com for show details.
40,000 people. Let that number sink in for a second. That's not a crowd, that's a small city. But they chose relief without surgery. 40,000 people who said stop before replacing their knee or hip. There has to be another way. And they found that at QC Kinetics. Hey, it's Brad Nortman. It's those 40,000 patients who thought that they were out of options and surgery was the only answer. But today, they're moving better, hurting less, and getting their lives back thanks to QC Kinetics and their advanced regenerative treatments. The truth is, surgery isn't always the answer. QC Kinetics and Dr. Ashley Caravelli is right here in Milwaukee, using safe, natural treatments backed by real science. Treatments that activate your body's natural healing powers. Safe, natural, and non-surgical. And this is critical. The sooner you start, the faster the inflammation will ease. So it's important to get started now. 40,000 people can't be wrong. Before you say yes to surgery, call QC Kinetics for your free consultation. Call now at 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Valentine's Day is almost here, and Cousin Subs has the perfect sweet treat. Our limited-time chocolate strawberry shake mixes rich chocolate and sweet strawberry flavor into one creamy, indulgent sip. Share it on a date, or enjoy it just for you. But hurry, it's only available through February 15th. Order in store, online, or in the app today. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Imagine working with a contractor that quits halfway through a project or never calls you back when you have questions, or worse, takes your money and you never see them again. Unfortunately, we hear about them all the time. Hi, this is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, and Siding Unlimited is absolutely not that company. Siding Unlimited has been doing business for 32 years, proving to be an honest, ethical, and forthright company. If you're looking for the honest guys for your next siding, windows, roofing, and doors project, stop by sidingunlimited.com today.
Wisconsin is still cattle country, and that's why Bunzel's chose to stay close to home to hand select the finest beef. Quality goes into everything they do, from Bunzel's expansive array of meats, homemade specialty sausages, and their award-winning beef jerky. It just isn't a proper holiday meal without Bunzel's top quality cuts on the dinner table. Tasting is believing. Visit Bunzel's at 90th and Burleigh or bunzels.com. This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
We'll talk to Homer shortly, but first, more from Giannis, who spoke to Eric Name of The Athletic, our longtime buddy. Some similar themes in both of these stories. And we mentioned Jim Ozarski's story earlier in the program. If you missed that, you can find that on JSOnline.com. This one obviously on The Athletic. I want to be here, but I want to be here to win, not fighting for my life to make the playoffs. I'm not used to inconsistent basketball. I've played so many years of consistent basketball, I'm not used to it anymore. During the game, I don't know if you can see my face, but I get frustrated during the game while the game is going on. I know there's going to be times you're going to lose. You're not going to win all the games. But at the end of the day, it's like how we carry ourselves. I see other teams, how they are and how they play, how connected the chemistry they have, and how people are doing the right thing and they're riding for one another. I just want that. I want that for my team. When I mentioned this, I got a text from a friend of mine who...
Pipe Jim?
It was not Pipe Jim, but Pipe Jim was somewhere last night where Jesse was, and he was going to talk to him. It was at North and South, but Jesse was doing some sort of audience participation thing. So Pipe Jim did not get to say hi to you, Jesse.
He was there and I missed him? I can't believe that.
Yeah, just like you almost missed Boomer at the meat raffle.
This is how great picture. Yeah.
This is how a friend of mine read what Giannis said to Eric Name. He's basically telling his girlfriend, we've had some great times, but you've kind of let yourself go, and I need to date a really hot person. If you lose some weight and get some work done, yeah, maybe we can keep this thing going. And I thought, you love a good analogy. I was like, I read that, and I chuckled, and I said, that's exactly what's happening. I have to bounce that off Tausch.
It's a great analogy. I think it's... I couldn't do it any better.
There was also one I saw this morning that said, because it said Giannis is open to staying with the Bucks if they have a really great lottery pick that they could bring in that could instantly help the team win next year. And the tweet that I saw said, this is as close to a marriage, a failing marriage saying, let's have a kid to save the marriage as sports could possibly get.
Yeah, very fair. No doubt about it. So, again, I respect how he has gone about his, 12, 13 years in Milwaukee. I do think this is as close as we have come, because that phrasing is stronger than what his phrasing was to Jim earlier in the night last night. I think that's as close as we've come to him basically saying, look, I don't think we can win here, and that's what I care about the most, and that's why I'm going to leave, without flat out saying it. Fair?
Yeah, now just go back to what your buddy said. It's 100. You can't do it any better. Like this, it just is what it is, man.
Just to reiterate,
and
he's basically telling his girlfriend, "Hey, we had some good times, but you've kind of let yourself go, and I need to date a really hot person." Is it girlfriend or
wife? I actually think it's wife. They've been married. It's a 13-year commitment. What they've done.
If you lose some weight and get some work done, yeah, maybe we can keep this thing going. Oh. Well, we'll ask Uncle Homer what he thinks of that. And it feels like, I don't know, Jesse, if you plan it this way or not, but it feels like the perfect time to tell you about Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant.
Big win last night, by the way.
Huge!
Beat the Bulls. If we're battling for a playoff spot, the Bulls are in that play-in tournament.
Why did their odds go up so much to get Giannis? Is that just, what is that? What caused that?
I don't know. I don't know. It was alarming to me.
It was weird. That is not what they're discussing right now on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. They do have a variety of other great programming on there, including something that's narrated by Marcus Johnson. There's another new one talking about the Bucks against the world way back in 1987 that's narrated by Charlie Barons. And you can find all of that on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcast. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. Uncle Homer joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
There's never been a better time to experience Pella in person and get all your questions answered. Join us at the Neary Spring Home Improvement Show, February 13th through the 15th at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Book your in-home consultation at the show and receive a free DesignWorks rendering. Rest easy with Pella's 10-year limited warranty and get 0% interest for up to 48 months. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
It all started with a small storefront and a big promise. Treat every customer just like family. For decades, local families have trusted Sendix to provide the freshest food, the warmest smiles, and a place where community comes first. From generation to generation, we have grown together. Because Sendix is more than just a grocery store. It's home. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for the past 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Big news from Carbless. A fan favorite, and one of my favorites, Blood Orange flavor is now its own dedicated 4-pack. Crafted with real spirits for a true cocktail taste. Blood Orange brings bold, citrus-forward flavor with a smooth, premium finish. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, only 100 calories, and gluten-free. Now it's even easier to stock up on the flavor everyone keeps asking for. Look for Carbless Blood Orange 4-pack at your local retailer now. Once you try it, you'll understand why Blood Orange has earned its own pack. Carbless, bold flavor in every sip. Find it near you at drinkcarbless.com.
Tired of waking up exhausted? That dad bod weighing you down? Let's get you back to the old you. If your energy, focus, and drive aren't what they used to be, your hormones could be out of balance. At Mentality, we'll dig into what's really going on, then build a personalized, science-backed plan using hormone therapy and peptide treatments to get your brain and your body back on track. So stop telling yourself you're just getting older. Book your appointment now at lowtusa.com. Right now, all new patient labs are covered in your treatment plan. That's a savings of $250. Go to lowtusa.com.
We love the Packers. We bleed green and gold. And every time our team takes the field, well, it's pure football bliss. If only there was a way to experience that blissful winning feeling every day. At Associated Bank, we've got you. With 10% off Lambeau concessions and 15% off Pro Shop merch. All when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank. It's how Packers fans keep winning on game day and every day. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
February means big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath makeover and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time during our February winter savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com now. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Brewers mini ticket plans for the 2026 season are available now with 6-game, 12-game, and build your own plan options. You can pick or build the best plan for your schedule, whether you're gearing up for tailgates under the sun, the thrill of the home runs, or the eruptions of walk-off wins. Brewers mini plans have you covered for the 2026 season with specially discounted ticket rates and more exclusive perks in each plan. Check out all the mini plan options available for 2026 now at brewers.com/ticket plans.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
I still get to say this and actually mean it. You know what that music means? It's time for Uncle Homer, who you can hear every weekday, including Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday when I join his program on the Homer Hour. You can also hear him as the voice of Marquette men's basketball for his 36th season behind the mic. And, of course, you can find him on YouTube, God Talk, My Faith with Homer and Pip. It is Steve the Homer. True Homer, good morning. How are you?
I'm good.
I know you're an avid listener.
Hey, run that analogy, Jason. Run that analogy by Homer. He's been around a long time.
The analogy.
I heard it.
Okay.
I heard it. It's great.
What'd you think?
Great.
Okay.
But you have to understand, you're dealing with somebody you've been married to for 50 years. Okay, there's
dog years in sports. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So it's one
I
thing
agree.
if you say it to somebody you've been around a couple. This is your life, and the other person's going, wow. I mean, I thought this was marriage forever.
So Homer, is Giannis going through a midlife crisis then? Is he getting a sports car? Is Giannis going through a midlife crisis then, where he's getting a sports car and doing all that, or is this what? Because I agree, this is you at least times it by 4 or 5. It's not dog years, but it's close. Is it Giannis or is it the Bucks?
Well, of course it's Giannis.
I
mean, yeah. Here, Giannis said, okay, how many times when he was asked, "Hey, I'm never going to ask for a trade from the Milwaukee Bucks," and then we have the quote. He said, "Day to day, it's over." I said it was over that day.
Yeah.
It's over. All we're now is discussing all the stuff. Okay, once the marriage is over, then everybody's going to say, "Well, whose fault was it? What did I don't care because it doesn't really matter. It's over." And there was reason to believe that he could be the exception, and he's not. Do I hold that against him? No. I mean, you start to realize that kind of situation doesn't exist anymore. The Bucks have done everything. If you want to be bitter at Giannis, it's not knowing his involvement in some of the decisions they made, which are the reason the team isn't better than it is. And the biggest one is coach. They had a chance at 2 outstanding coaches, passed on both, because for whatever reason, Giannis, wanted somebody else. They hired that person, but that doesn't. I mean, I don't know that matters. Like, I don't care. It's over, and now we got to, this is the hard part. Like the divorce, we don't know when the divorce is. When they have the official whatever. But it's over. So now you want to say, just get it over as quick as possible. Well, Bucks can't do that because they want to make sure they do as best they can for themselves. Understandably so. But all we're doing is discussing the divorce date.
Homer, in your analogy, how many assets do the Bucks have to not give up in this split? Because now we're in the legal phase of this, right? They're going to go through the process. So how much do we owe Giannis to not get the biggest haul that we can get? Because in a divorce, you'd love to get all of it, right? Everybody's fighting for whatever they can get. Airline miles and wedding crashers, whatnot. How much do we owe Giannis if we make this trade to get the max we can get compared to sending him where he wants to go?
Right. Here's the great part. If he's not happy with it, then he stays. It's, okay, you don't like the divorce deal? Okay, then we're still married.
So you want your wife that doesn't like you just staying around the house?
Yeah,
I don't know if that works.
They'll take Giannis in any situation.
How does that go?
I still love him.
Okay.
I still love my wife. I didn't do this. He's changed. So now he says, I don't like the agreement.
But he just told you that you're fat and ugly and you don't want to be around you anymore.
I don't care.
What do you mean you don't
Nancy said anything like that
That's
recently?
what I said. What?
Nancy
hey, Homer,
would never
you're
say
fat
that
and ugly. Nobody else wanted me or could get. We couldn't figure out how to split this, so I'm going to come back to the house. And you're on board with that?
Let me tell you. Hold on, no. Let me tell you what I said to her when she did this. Okay?
What?
I never thought this would happen. No.
Just wait. This actually
No, it didn't happen. She's the luckiest woman in the world, and I will go to a
That's what she says.
Yes, just ask you.
To say that I believe
She
that.
says that all the time.
But I'm saying, so you say to the person, all right, I don't care. This is. But if you ever change your mind, you can come back. No questions asked. No questions asked. That's what the Bucks are. That's their situation. So now,
that's a horrible
to answer
situation.
your question, therefore I take and get as much as I can because in the end, what is Giannis going to do? I don't like that deal. Okay, you stick around a little longer, and we'll see about a deal in the offseason. I haven't studied all the different dynamics, but they're in no rush. They don't want to do it, so they're in no rush to do it. And from the basketball standpoint, they can probably get pretty much the same or close to it in the offseason than now. So it's up to you, Giannis.
Hopefully
we're going to get
more.
the best deal we can for us.
All right.
And then if you change your mind and you love me again, I'll give you a big hug and let's roll.
Okay.
I mean, if you see it differently, I'm open.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, if you have told your partner, hey, what did your buddy say? You're fat, you're ugly, you need work, all this other stuff. And then all of a sudden you say, well, I'm going to still come back. I don't know how that would be received. Like, that's just odd to me. That's all.
Are there marriages where that happens? Like you think where they
There's
split
been divorced
for a while?
couples that have gotten remarried again. Yeah,
Sure.
I've seen that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Whatever
Well, maybe
we're
it's
thinking
possible.
as far as crazy, multiply it times 5, and that has existed. Oh, yeah. Come on.
All right,
I would
so,
agree with you on that.
So Homer,
Welcome to you,
I would like to celebrate two things that you have been right about. Now, granted, there have been some things.
But you want the third one, and this one hurts because I don't know how to handle this. I got to ask you guys.
Oh,
I
can
need help.
wait. Well, we've already. All right, hold on. So we've already addressed one, which was you said it last year. I know he's still on the team technically, but he's got his calf issues, so he hasn't played a lot of. What are the Bucks? 19 and 29. How many games has he actually played in this season? But you told us last year, and you took a lot of guff for it. Hey, get to 5 serves, see Giannis, because it might be your last chance. You were right about that. The other thing you were right about, I will save so you can do number 3, which is what?
This is one of the hardest opinions I've ever had. I don't know what to tell Bucks fans. They are now partially owned by the worst owner, maybe in all of professional sports. History says you have no chance.
Now he's not a governor. He's not the boss, though, right?
Well, I don't know the particulars on that. I assume that Edens is the next one to go, and I think his interest in the team will continue to evolve. But it's hard to think of an owner as bad. Well, if you have a bad owner, you have no chance. Zero. He's destroyed the Cleveland Browns. In 14 years, the record is, I don't know what I saw, 70 and 140 or something. It's pathetic.
They're not good. Yeah.
People who aren't old, that was a spectacular franchise at one time. I said similar to the Packers in the Lombardi era. But so Dolan's been horrific with the Knicks. They seem to be a little bit better, but how many years has he destroyed that? I'm trying to think of the other one. The others. I mean, it's the worst thing that can happen to any team you follow. Horrible ownership. I have nothing to tell Bucks fans. And that's 10 times bigger than Giannis. That's how big an issue it is.
So
10 times bigger than Giannis.
So
a horrible owner.
Let's back up for a second. And here's why. Because if I recall correctly, and it's a little more nuanced than this, but you believed that despite his magnanimous nature, that Herb Kohl was a terrible owner. Did you not? Is that accurate?
Yes. But that was, this so you know, he's significantly better than this guy.
And why did you feel that about Herb? Because obviously he saved the franchise to stay here and everything else. And
that's the most important part. That's why I've said he should have a statue out there, because he saved the franchise. But in terms of, you have to go back and look at the quality of the organization before Herb Kohl. Now, he had the great run with Herb Kohl, but again, the Bucks were this. They didn't win a championship, but they were a player. He takes over, and all goes to hell. Now, they had to run back, so it was more about the quality of the team. But I still believe there was a chance. I don't think you have a chance with Haslam. So whatever I said about Pearl, multiply times 5.
I don't know the inner workings of that ownership. I will just say this as someone who obviously knows plenty of people in Cleveland and have certainly seen a lot of things said.
They would say I'm understating the case.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they would say, frankly. But when he bought in to the Bucks, that I did not have a great feeling, and I will leave it at that. I want to get to the other thing that you were.
The smaller amount of his interest is a huge plus. So I would say, I mean, now that there's 3 of them, is it 3 or 4?
3.
But
3.
The thought is Edens is on is going to be the next one to get out, and then
you're right.
It'll be who does he get? So the most important thing for the Bucks is to limit his interest in the team as much as possible. And it's so negative. I don't even want to say it, because then you start. There's no out. You say, well, you want to be really bad so that he'll sell the team. It's not like with a bad coach or GM. An owner is, as the Knicks have discovered, the New York Knicks, one of the greatest. Whatever the Packers are, the Knicks are the equal in that city. And they haven't won a championship since 1970. What? I don't know how long he's been owner. It's the saddest thing in sports. And I didn't know that until I went to New York and saw what incredible basketball fans those people are. Greatest I've ever seen. Better than Indiana.
So if I may, I would like to get the other thing that you were right about to this point, and it could change.
That LaFleur's brother would be a head coach?
No, I don't think you're the only one on that one. No, but it is LaFleur related, and that is, I don't know how many years ago this was that you said this, but you compared him to Steve Mariucci.
Mm-hmm.
And Zach Cruz, who does a fantastic job on the Packers Wire, like, there are people that, air quotes, cover the team who don't actually cover the team in person. And Zach is one of them. But Zach, I would share my office with him. I think he does a fantastic job remotely from covering the team.
Holy
I do. I have a ton.
Never said that.
What?
To me. Tausch, has he ever
You
said
would
that to
share
you?
your office with
I would give him a workstation in my office.
There
yes.
is no way after a week or two that's going to work. I don't even know
with a lot of people.
It ain't going to work.
No way.
Has he ever offered that to you?
I would turn it down pretty quickly. So, no, I have not.
Not in my
never
home.
offered it, I don't think.
And we're moving offices, and let's be clear, we're getting different offices. I'm guessing mine will be smaller than the current one, where I'm packing up all my bobbleheads. And if you've been on the Packers stadium tour and swung by when I've been in there, a lot of people poke their heads in. It's like a little mini museum inside the tour. But be that as it may,
where are they moving you to?
I don't know exactly. I don't want to get bogged down on this.
I'll
I
protest for you walking around Lambeau Field if you get a smaller office.
I'm sorry?
One day from 9 to 5. Jason Wilde should have a bigger office. I'll get the billboards front and back.
Yeah. Well, let's wait and see what the offices look like first.
Okay.
Anyway,
right.
there's a couple of guys who there's Paul Brettel, who has taken over the State Journal's beats on the Packers. Peanut Brettel, yeah. He's great. I have tried to pay it forward with him, like Tom
share an
Mulhern
office with him.
I would, but he doesn't. He's got his own little workstation. Jacob Westendorf, who helps out my buddy Bill Huber for Sports Illustrated. I have a very high opinion of him. He's buddies with Strofe, which brings him down a little bit. Okay. But if he needed somewhere to work, I would allow him in the office. And then Zach. But here's the
old
stat.
Gatekeeper. Hey, we got the gatekeeper over here.
It's my office. I get to decide who gets to work in there.
Maybe it is. You don't know.
Well,
sounds like you don't even know if you're going to have an office.
No, I know I'm going to. I was told I was going to have one, and I was told that I can't have as many knickknacks in the next office as I have in the current one. Which is totally
fair. Did Mr. Policy tell you that?
It was not Mr. Policy. It was maybe Mr. Waller's.
Crap. You can use the space however
stop.
you want.
Everyone, stop.
I agree. You can have. You're the gatekeeper. You let who you want in that office.
Exactly. Yeah, it's yours.
Who the hell do they think they are?
Well, they're the green and gold, baby. That's who they are.
If I could get to the statistics so we could get you out in time for your Ubering.
Why have an office if it's not your domain?
I don't have to do
I couldn't agree more.
Later, so I'm available till 11:05.
Okay.
So
well, we're not.
Whatever.
Zach Cruz posted this mind-blowing stat. Regular season wins in the NFL since 2011. The New England Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs are tied with 158. They also have a combined 5 plus 6 is 11 Super Bowl appearances during that time.
Wow.
The Packers are third with 155. The Seahawks are fourth with 154. The Seahawks have 3 Super Bowl appearances during that window. The Green Bay Packers have won 155 regular season games over that period, and they have 0 Super Bowl appearances. And you said, and that's not all LaFleur, obviously. That's the back half of Mike McCarthy's career also, so it's not all Matt LaFleur. But you did say the Steve Mariucci line, and that bolsters your argument even further because he was a great regular season coach. 49ers won a hell of a lot of games during his time there.
Even with that power plant next to him.
And they never got to a Super Bowl under Steve Mariucci. When I tell you that stat, Homer, what does that say to you?
It reaffirms my belief that the head coach is good, but not special. The GM is good, but not special. And the fact that the guy coming in now decided, basically, I'm keeping Mariucci, which they didn't do in San Francisco, and things got worse. So that's the part that I would love to ask him privately. And so he basically, I don't, he didn't live it. His dad did, but he was around. And yes, I get it. It's worth. This was my. I really wanted them to give him a 1-year deal. The pressure's on, dude.
We don't know. It could be a 1-year deal. They won't tell us.
No, they said it was multi-year. We know that much.
Don't lead people in the wrong direction, Tausch, because they basically told LaFleur, "You're doing a good job," and these people were injured.
They did.
Yes, and so there's there's pressure on him. No, he feels way less pressure now than he did before this.
Yeah, Jason said he's lighter.
Good job.
Hey, Homer. Jason said he saw up yesterday. He's lighter. He's got a big fat new deal, a bunch of guaranteed money. Yeah, he's probably feeling a lot lighter.
So, I mean,
bigger office.
And I hope I'm wrong. I expect the same. My T-shirt, I'm working on it. Nobody wants it. Win the damn division. Nothing else matters. This is what LaFleur said when he came, and they did it. They haven't won it in 4 years. So
yeah, we do need to win the division.
I want the season to start today because, and I know they have all the problems. You guys gave the 3 different areas. You're all right. But special teams, I mean, whatever you say doesn't matter because we can't get the truth. If this guy's this good a special teams coach, which they get, he kind of has been, then the problem are the players. Well, then if the problem isn't the coach, then why haven't they solved it with the best guy in the league? Or they have tried to solve it, but he's not what everybody thinks he is. But I want him to get I want to go. I want to see what happens if Parsons is healthy and see how far they can go. I'm willing to see what happens.
We want the season to start later so Tucker and Micah can play. Let's start this in October. Give them a little more time to get recovered.
Right. But I'm curious to see how much of it was the injuries last year with all the other things you said. Because that's the only defense.
Well,
and my concern
is the defense.
I don't care.
No doubt.
I don't care, and this is what I would say to LaFleur, why I wouldn't have given the extension. I don't care if you were playing with the cheerleaders. In that playoff game, with what you had left, you had that game won. And we saw the same kind of things screw up with backups and an incredibly poor roster from what we had as before. It's always something, and it doesn't seem to matter who the players are on the field. What's your response to that? That shouldn't happen given how well you got the team to play or how you were playing for that whole game. And you want me to give you a list of the other 6 times this has happened? It's always something. Well, what's his answer to that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Jason.
Okay.
Get a bigger
but
office.
Given I say that, I'm willing to give him another year. I've gotten soft probably. I want to see what happens again. I want to see what Marcus Parsons with Kraft not hurt. I'm willing to give him. Let's see. Maybe he can do it.
I think he will. Championship.
I gotta go. Bye.
See ya.
That is Steve the Homer True, who I was hoping to get out by 10:55, and he was still here at 11 o'clock. We need to play trivia. Jesse, what's today's category and what caller would you like?
How big is that guy's office? No?
That's not what it is.
Would Jason share an office with?
It's a fun game we should play sometime. Wisconsin Geography Wednesday, as is tradition on a Wednesday. And my trip for our WIAC Wednesday broadcast tonight is the longest road trip of the year up to River Falls, Wisconsin.
Wow.
UW
Eau
Claire.
the national champions.
Yeah.
Maha.
UW Eau Claire
Blaha.
and UW River
Blaha.
Falls. Yeah.
His name's Blaha, right?
Quarterback? Caleb
Blaha.
Blaha with the best statistical quarterback season in NCAA history, better than Joe Burrow at LSU a number of years ago.
I hope Packer fans have the same patience that River Falls athletic director had with whatever their coach's name is.
Matt Walker.
15 years.
Matt Walker is my halftime guest tonight.
Wow. Good get.
Thank you.
Gosh, so you do book guests.
Yeah, I sure do.
It's just got to be on your own show.
Rumor has it I may get a chance to, I don't know if I get to hold the national championship trophy, but I will be near the national championship trophy for the football team in River Falls tonight. So looking forward to that. Caller, I don't know. Jason, you pick.
12, caller 12 right now, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 12 plays trivia presented by Iron Jock and Cousin Subs. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
We're on the Packers.
This
is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. the best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I would just say that right now I think all options are on the table. I think that they went through that trade thing and they talked to teams, and it's not like those talks are shut down.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino, Tony Wendorf and Associates, and Smart 18 Union on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher, and if you're serious about getting more active this year, listen up. The Pickler in Menominee Falls is indoor pickleball, and it's for everybody, whether you're brand new or just trying to move more. Right now, they're offering free learn-to-play clinics every Monday and Saturday at noon. No experience, no gear. They'll teach you everything. So stop talking about your New Year's resolutions and go do something about it. Stop in at The Pickler in Menominee Falls or call the club for more details.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low. It just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Only at Total Wine and More, the official Milwaukee Bucks celebration partner.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Hi, Flo here from Progressive. You know, life changes quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, you mean like adding another vehicle?
Yes, that's something we can do.
Great, because I was thinking about getting a van so we could just keep the kids' softball stuff in the car.
Oh, we don't need to get into specifics. Just saying it's easy to change.
Oh, and Hannah wants to try the tuba.
Again, we don't need the specifics.
Last year, she wanted to be a tap dancer, but that only lasted 2 lessons.
Okay.
But she kept the shoes because they are adorable.
Well, just know that with Progressive, you can easily add another car to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Amore, pepperoni, amore, mozzarella, amore. Screaming Sicilian, screaming Sicilian, more.
Screaming Sicilian frozen pizza. More toppings, more flavor. More is amore.
Hey, y'all. It's the Rocket Roger Clemens here. I spent years on the mound giving everything I had, and now I feel every inning in my knees, back, and shoulders. But I didn't want surgery, and I sure didn't want to be sidelined. That's why I turned to QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics Medical Director Dr. Christie and his team use regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself. No surgery, no meds, and no downtime.
Whether you're teeing off at the club or chasing the grandkids around, QC Kinetics helps you get back to doing what you love.
Call QC Kinetics now and schedule your free consultation. Natural joint pain relief with real results.
Don't let the pain slow you down. I didn't, and neither should you. My friends at QC Kinetics, they'll take care of you.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation. QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Prizes,
Flyaways,
even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Time now for Wilde and Tausch Trivia.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Iron Jock, performance apparel that actually performs. No stink, just performance, and proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com. And by Cousin Subs. Roses are red, strawberries are too. The chocolate strawberry shake is calling you. Try it at Cousin Subs.
That's clever. I kind of like that.
That's nifty.
Yeah, isn't that
That's
fun?
a nifty little jingle.
Let's welcome in our contestant, who's also pretty nifty. There's Jeff in Monroe. Jeff, good morning. How are you?
Thanks. I'm good. And caught up with Jesse, so it's good morning.
And nice talk off there.
Happy for you. Hey, how early is too early to send my tax information to my tax guy?
It's never too early.
Okay.
But you have to have all your information.
Yeah, I don't know if I have all of it, but I'm trying to be more proactive. You've inspired
Jesse,
me.
I got a quick question for you as Jeff is getting ready to crush this trivia. What would be the likelihood of you have a couple more of these WIAC Wednesdays coming up.
WIAC, yeah.
Let's say Jeff wanted to go with you or a fan of our show wanted to join you. Is that something you'd be open to?
Well,
you get to ride in the car. Jesse will buy you lunch, or he'll take you to these special places and get you some grub. Is that something you'd be up for?
I would never rule out anything. However, I would warn.
That's definitely not true.
I would warn everyone that our final two trips are to Eau Claire and Stout coming up, which are, besides River Falls, the two longest drives of the season. So we've backloaded the long drives here. So that's 3 hours in the car with me.
But you are saying if people
Each
are
way.
interested, they could submit their proposals and see if that's.
Yeah, they can reach out to you, and then you can vet them, and then we'll go through a whole process.
Oh,
So
you don't want me vetting.
You can, you
don't
can
want
take
me
the
to
charge
vet.
on that process.
This is a
You don't want me
terrible idea.
vetting, Jesse. I'm telling you don't want me vetting.
Jeff, question one. If the Minnesota Vikings were playing the Detroit Lions, and on the same network the Green Bay Packers were playing the Chicago Bears, which game would be televised for fans watching in River Falls? Would it be Vikings-Lions, Bears-Packers, or this question sucks, just watch Landman?
Tempted to say C, but
I think that would be correct also.
I will say A.
You are correct. Vikings-Lions, because River Falls closer to the Twin
Viking
Cities.
country over there.
Question
Heading into
two,
Viking
Jeff.
country.
Question two, Jeff, is this. Longitudinally, which of these Wisconsin cities is located farther west than River Falls? Farther west than River Falls. Is it Spooner, Hudson, or we got to get to Chippewa Falls?
We got to get to Chippewa Falls.
B, Hudson.
Yep, I agree.
2 for 2. Question 3, Jeff.
Yes.
River Falls is the most populous city located in which of these Wisconsin counties? Is it located in Polk, Pierce, or Pepin?
I'm going to say C, Pepin.
Oh, no. Tausch, the correct answer is...
It's Polk or Pierce.
I'm going to go Polk.
It is Pierce. Pierce.
Well, Jesse, is Pepin south of Pierce County?
Yeah, he has no idea.
I think so.
He doesn't have a clue.
I believe Pepin
Jeff,
is... If you're in River Falls, Pepin is southeast, I think.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeff,
I love when people follow up with Jesse. You know he has no idea.
I looked at the map an hour ago. I have no idea.
Jeff,
All right.
you got 2 out of 3. You got 3 of the 4 entries into Friday's drawing. We appreciate you, buddy. Thanks.
Thanks. Love you guys.
That is Wilde and Tausch Trivia. presented by Cousin Subs. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. And by Iron Jock.
And by the way, I'm off tomorrow.
Shocker.
Great.
I called this way back before WEAC Wednesdays were even a thing.
That's a hike to get up to River Falls, man. I'm sleeping in tomorrow. You guys take care of that Giannis breaking news on your own if anything happens.
It's the hike back that's the problem. We will kick off the 11 o'clock hour in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
There's never been a better time to experience Pella in person and get all your questions answered. Join us at the Neary Spring Home Improvement Show, February 13th through the 15th at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Book your in-home consultation at the show and receive a free DesignWorks rendering. Rest easy with Pella's 10-year limited warranty and get 0% interest for up to 48 months. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Make your fitness goals last with Johnson Fitness and Wellness, the largest specialty fitness retailer in the country with 5 locations across the Milwaukee area. Johnson Fitness and Wellness carries the most diversified lineup of fitness and wellness brands. Their expert staff, white glove delivery, and installation, plus flexible financing help you build your home gym with confidence. For a limited time, save big during their President's Day sale, including free weight plates on select Force USA gyms. Visit one of their stores today or shop online at johnsonfitness.com.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. I want to get Tausch's take on that stat that Zach Cruz, my new office mate, if he covered the team in person, he would do a good job if he was here every day. He would, but I think he lives much farther away than that. A couple of things first, though, from our Wilde and Tausch Twitter feed. The real K. Schmidt informs us, and I believe it is accurate, River Falls is actually in both Pierce and St. Croix counties, divided by
St. Croix Hudson. I know that.
Division Street, which is an interesting way to divide the counties. But as Jesse did point out, the question, it is the most populous city in Pierce County. So technically the question was right. Also, Sam chimes in, UW Stout grad here. You can eat at the Log Jam Bar after the game. So I know you're always looking for a local watering hole or restaurant. So that is an option for you. All right.
Can you guys help me out? Can you help me out with this? Because I retweeted that Zach Cruz piece, which was, I think, very interesting.
I agree.
And then this guy, Brian Gibbs, tweets at me, and I always I want to be able to tell if there's sarcasm, so I can't tell. So help me out on this. So Brian Gibbs says to me after I said, I'd love to hear how these teams rank in special teams because it's fairly obvious to me New England, Seattle, special teams has helped propel them to some of those championships. We obviously have not been to one since 2010. So Gibby says, yes, because special teams is the big reason why they haven't made a Super Bowl, period, with a little emoji with the eyeballs going up.
Eye roll.
So is that
he's rolling his eyes at you?
That's sarcasm. Yeah, that's
sarcasm.
So he's saying that special teams had nothing to do with the fact that that's pathetic stat is there?
Yeah,
like, as if that's the
what
case,
he's saying.
I can't listen to anything Brian Gibbs says anymore to me.
I didn't know you had been listening to Brian Gibbs previously.
Does he say a lot to you?
Like, there isn't any sarcasm. Like, I'm not crazy here. Sarcasm shouldn't be in play with this. And I love sarcasm, for the record.
Especially pronouncing it.
Why do you keep saying sarcasm?
But this isn't sarcasm. Fine.
It is. He is being
do everything
sarcastic.
by the book.
He is being sarcastic. You are not, though, when you suggest that special teams is a big reason why there are no Super Bowls during that window for the Packers. You mean that. You are authentically saying that.
It's not that it just look at it. This isn't. Look at the gut punch losses we've had, and special teams have been at the crux of all of them. Almost all of them.
2014 NFC Championship game, giving up the fake field goal, which there were those of us in the press box saying
the punt return that San Fran had in the Kaepernick game was a part of it, too, to get them back into it.
The blocked
there's a
punts
lot.
for a touchdown in 2021 at Lambeau Field. The onside kick is special teams when Brandon Bostic is trying to field the ball instead of letting it go to Jordy Nelson behind him.
We don't recover an onside kick at Chicago. We end up having to go play on the road instead of playing at home. Like, come on. What is his name?
Brian Gibbs?
Like, come on, Gibber. Come on, Gibber.
Win one for the Gibber.
Come on, man. All right, we're on the same page.
Okay. So, again, the statistic, in case you tuned in late, from Zach Cruz of Packers Wire. The New England Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs, since the 2011 season, regular season wins 158 each and 11 combined Super Bowl appearances. The Seattle Seahawks are fourth on that list with 154 regular season wins, and they have 3 Super Bowl appearances. Number 3 on that list is the Green Bay Packers, with 155 regular season wins and 0 Super Bowl appearances during that window.
If we asked people to rank why that is the case, what is the number one answer people would say? We've had 15,
I don't think they would say special
years?
Teams, though.
15 years?
Yeah.
We have the third best winning number in regular season of any franchise in the league, and we don't have Bumka when it comes to Super Bowl appearances compared to these other top 4 teams. Why? What is the answer going to be from our fans? Because obviously Gibbinator doesn't think it's special teams. I do.
I think they will say coaching.
There's other stuff.
I think they'll say coaching.
You think it'd be coaching?
Oh, I don't know if that's true. I'm saying that's what I think they would say.
If you put that in a poll, what would be the 4 things you'd put in? Coaching, special teams, what else? Defense and offense? Bad luck? Bad luck?
Good luck. Well, I do think that there are a fair number of people. I think defense has to be one of them, right? There's the stat with Rodgers about, like, where his defense is ranked during his career, and the one time he had a top 5 defense, they won the Super Bowl.
Mike McCarthy made that same point
in his statement. Yeah, look at you and me again. Woo, woo. He said that in his introductory press conference.
Me, you, and Cruzy, sharing an office.
And Gibby. No, we're booting Brian Gibbs. No Brian Gibbs.
We're done with the Gibbinator.
So defense has to be one of the other 3 options. Special teams, coaching, and then how do we look at, in fairness, that Aaron Rodgers did not have all star-spangled awesome playoff games. There's probably a segment of fans that would say our 4-time NFL MVP didn't play at the highest level in those playoff losses, right? I think there's people who would say that.
You could look at his last 2 MVP seasons, and that's a very fair criticism.
Yeah,
in those playoff games.
Yeah,
very fair.
So again, I don't know If you want to put that in a poll question, I can give that some thought. But it is a jarring statistic. Like when you sent that over,
that slaps you right in the face.
It does.
Is what that did.
Big time.
It's a face slapper. And it's warming up, so it's not as stingy if you'd have slapped it 2 weeks ago.
But
that's a face slapper.
Here.
No.
It was -2.
-2.
Yeah.
No.
It's supposed to get up to 20-something, so I'm looking forward to that today. Okay. But, yeah, it started out at -2.
Face slapper. Okay. I'll take your word for it.
So I don't want to say that you're on a crusade. That would seem strong. But you are really all in on this special teams has to be addressed and addressed with extreme commitment.
Why are we complacent and just saying, and if you had made a change and there'd be at least some hope, like something would be different, I'd be a little less talky about it. But I don't understand, and for everybody that holds people to high standards, and Lord knows our fans, we hold the Green Bay Packers to a high standard, and we should, and they should expect that because it is a legendary franchise. If it's not the greatest in the NFL, it's there. And why do we just keep saying we're all right with being 26-32? Because you could say that we're not all right with it, but the actions would tell me that that's not the case. So what are we expecting to be different? If you're going to keep the same coach, which it looks like you're going to, you have to prioritize and do something different. It can't just be we'll draft guys and hopefully they're good special teams players.
Right.
Like this last year, though, it just keeps showing up over and over. And why are we just accepting that? So I'm not going to say it's a crusade either, but what I will say is when you look at the teams in this year's championship, and especially Seattle, it should be eye-opening. They're not there if they don't make some of those moves and improve their special teams. They're not.
So,
how many playoff losses have we had that have been special teams direct or special teams adjacent to being the reason our season ends?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. That's why we got the goose egg, even though we got 155 regular season wins. And it just doesn't seem to – it's always third or fourth on everybody's list. And that's why I understand a lot of people throw them out corner. Yep, I get it. But if you don't emphasize something, well, like, what are we doing?
You make a very good point. Again, I don't know what changing the approach will look like because I do, and I have been pretty adamant about this, as you know. It is also personnel related. There's no doubt about that in my mind either. Personal and personnel. I saw something yesterday that I want to bring up here after the break about something that Gutey said when he appeared on with Corey Benke and Aaron Nagler on Cheesehead TV.
Would you roomie with Nags?
Share an office or
would you share an office with Aaron?
Time to tell us about UW Credit Union.
UW Credit. For every stage of life, your roommate era, which Jason is now somehow going back into. UW Credit Union is here forever. You proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. They're going to help you reach your financial goals. People always ask me, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, you want to keep your banking local, member first service, great perks like early payday, and you want to help in your communities? Well, that's where UW Credit Union lives. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but man, does this make sense. Become a UW Credit Union member today and get your Bucky card like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions do apply.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance. The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
The Packers also got a defensive coordinator.
I like the hire. I think he's proven. He's coached high-level defenses, ones that went to the Super Bowl.
The best 60 minutes of your day happens on the Homer Hour.
It'll be interesting to see what he brings from a schematic standpoint. Ran a lot of 3 down. This team just got rebuilt to be a 4-down team.
Weekday afternoons from 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Your taste buds are in luck. The Reuben is back at Cousin Subs. Try this classic sub grilled to order just for you. Stacked with corned beef, Wisconsin Swiss cheese, and sauerkraut topped with Thousand Island dressing and served on rye bread. And our delicious mint shake is back. Both the Reuben and mint shake can be ordered via the Cousins app or online for a limited time only. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Make your next activation or event a slam dunk with Captivate Exhibits, your leader in transforming spaces and creating brand experiences that truly stand out and connect. If you can dream it, Captivate can design it, build it, and activate it. From trade shows and events to enhancing interior spaces like your lobby, history wall, or break room, Captivate Exhibits turns ideas into highlight reels. With over 32 years of award-winning experience, Captivate delivers every time, always beating the buzzer. Get started with your next big idea today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
It's time for the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Matrix Basements.
Despite holding an 8-point lead at the half, Marquette could not hold off a comeback from Big East foe Seton Hall as they fell 69-64. The loss brings the Golden Eagles to an 8-14 overall record and 3-9 in Big East play. Sophomore Royce Parham was sensational as he had 17 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Freshman Nigel James Jr. also chipped in 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Here's head coach Shaka Smart after the loss.
It was choppy. I mean, it was a physical game. Just too many turnovers against a team like Seton Hall. They make you pay, and we turned the ball over 16 times. Not good enough.
The Golden Eagles will get a week to rest before returning home to take on Butler for National Marquette Day on Saturday.
Brought to you by Matrix Basements. Visit gomarquette.com/matrix to enter to win 4 tickets to National Marquette Day Saturday, February 7th when Marquette hosts Butler.
Selling your home during winter may surprise you. Serious buyers are still out there and often more eager to move.
Homes get strong offers this time of year, and with less competition, your listing can really shine.
I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. Our team leads with faith, gratitude, and giving back, donating over $200,000 to local causes since 2020.
Tony Wendorf & Associates is ready to get to work for you with our white glove selling experience. Just search online, Tony Wendorf.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
Start your Milwaukee weight loss program now to lose weight fast. Many lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. Call for your free consultation. 262-235-3980. 262-235-3980 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
I think this will be worthwhile to talk about a little more tomorrow. After we've talked to Gutey and see what he says. But he said something to Cheesehead TV back in July that I came across yesterday about his philosophy and Ted's before him of competing all the time. Here is what he said to Cheesehead TV.
From the time I stepped foot into this building back in 1997 as an intern, like, it's never changed, right? That the only thing that we hang banners for, that we put up around this building is world championships, Super Bowls now. And everything that we do and we think about goes into that. I think our philosophy on that is we want to compete for them every single year. We want to be involved and relevant to compete for a championship every single year. So there are things that we do look at long term that way. I've never been a big believer to try to build up for a window. I never thought that's a wise thing to do. I want to be, try to be in this tournament every single year. But yeah, when you walk around this building and you talk to the different people, I think this goes throughout our building, and how important winning championships is. I don't think that would, I don't think that would be something they would question.
So being in it every year and having 0 Super Bowl appearances in that window, is that in any way make you question the way it's done? Would it be better to build for a window and actually get there? I'm not saying he's wrong. I just think it's interesting.
Yeah, I actually think he has taken the big swings that, I think when you're talking about all in and all of the other things, I think
this was recorded before he traded for Parsons, by the way. I think it's
yes, it was. And I was going to add that in, as obviously that opens another new window. But I do want our team to have a crack at it every year. Now, I want it to be where we're in a position when you're a 7 seed, that is a daunting deal. To have to go win road to get to a championship is hard. We were able to do it in 2010, but there was a lot of great circumstance. Obviously, Rodgers playing at an incredibly high level, defense being opportunistic, all of the things, no monster special teams gaffes, and a championship comes. You don't want to leave it up to having a lot of luck. Every team that wins a championship has some luck, but you want to be the team that creates its own luck. And I do think there needs to be, and Homer said it, I've been on this crusade, if you noticed, when we're doing the Pella reads in the 4 years. We're the last. We have not won a division. Every other team in our division has won a division since we've won. And we've owned this division since they changed it.
Mm-hmm.
And that has to change. If you want to have a legitimate, where you think you have a really good opportunity to win a championship, you got to win your division. There are always outliers, but there's outliers for a reason. I don't want to be an outlier. I don't know. I want to be an underlier. I don't know what the opposite of outlier is.
Inlier.
But I want to be the favorite. I want to be the favorite. I want to be at the top where they're 1 seed. That's the way to go get this done. And, yes, Gutey's right. Give yourself a chance to have a chance to have a chance. But make it a good chance, not a lottery chance.
Tell us about the Pickler again.
Pickler, Menominee Falls, right off Appleton Avenue, is a great indoor pickleball spot. And the weather's been crappy. Doesn't matter at the Pickler. They're offering free learn-to-play clinics every Monday and Saturday at noon. No experience, no gear. They're going to teach you everything. You get that workout. You're going to meet great people. And I'm going to tell you what happens. You go in there, you're going to get hooked. And you're going to end up having a great new community of friends. That's how the Pickler works. And now we've got a West Allis location coming soon. Stop in to the Pickler in Menominee Falls or contact the club directly online at pickler.com. That's PICKLR.com.
Everyone's favorite part of the program, Whoa Nelly, is next. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is teeing up the third tournament of the season with another can't-miss event and $1,000 in cash prizes up for grabs. Hey, ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellison, inviting you to a two-man scramble at the iconic TPC Scottsdale, all played on Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center's spacious state-of-the-art simulator. Sign up now at wisconsindoorgolfcenter.com. It's just $120 per team, and teams must get their round in by February 28th. Your chance to take on TPC Scottsdale starts today at wisconsindoorgolfcenter.com.
Hey, this is Jason Wilde from Wilde and Tausch. Valentine's Day is almost here, and Racine Danish Kringles
has you covered with their heart-shaped Kringle. You know my family loves Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles, and sometimes they share it with me. Racine Danish Kringles offers a heart-shaped Kringle with pink icing in raspberry, chocolate silk, cherry, and pecan flavors to send to your loved one. Order at Kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles, the official pastry of ESPN Wisconsin. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
There's never been a better time to experience Pella in person and get all your questions answered. Join us at the NARI Spring Home Improvement Show, February 13th through the 15th at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Book your in-home consultation at the show and receive a free Design Works rendering. Rest easy with Pella's 10-year limited warranty and get 0% interest for up to 48 months. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's time for the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart, located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. National Liquor Mart is packed with deals for all your beverage needs, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily.
The Bucks snapped a 5-game skid, rolling past the Bulls 131-115 at Pfizer Forum on Tuesday night. Kyle Kuzma stepped up big with the season-high 31 points, adding 10 rebounds and 6 assists. As a team, the Bucks drilled a season-high 23 three-pointers and shot over 60% from deep. Here's head coach Doc Rivers after the game.
The whole key was, we talked about it, trying to create threes. And the only way we can do that is by playing quick. The ball can't stick, and we got to get in the paint. And when you get in the paint, be a passer, don't be a scorer, unless you can get a layup.
It'll be a quick turnaround for the Bucks as they'll host the Pelicans on Wednesday night.
This has been the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Jesse, when are you going to send me this song so I can put it in my playlist of just my everyday life?
I will. We actually had a meeting yesterday, a real meeting, unlike the one I said that we had with Sham Sharania the other day. This is a real meeting. We are going to be adding to our royalty-free music, what do we call this? The album for ESPN Wisconsin.
Compilation.
So, yes, there will be the playlist. So there will be plenty more to come. I don't know how many of them will have lyrics like Free Music 8, my least favorite of our royalty-free music.
Does it have a title other than Free Music 8?
All these songs have some kind of title, but I put them in, or others put them in as Free Music 1, Free Music 2.
I want this one. I want to be able to add it to my Spotify. They won't get any royalties when I play it, obviously.
I can just send it to you, and you can use it as you wish, if that's how you would like to use Free Music 8.
Everywhere I go. Time now, speaking of walk-up music, for Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
All right, so I have one kind of ridiculous thing to bring up, and then one more serious thing to bring up. I'm going to start with the ridiculous one because that's where I want to go. How do you feel about the community snack dish or candy dish at your workplace?
I don't really have a work.
I know
Jason doesn't have a workplace.
I understand you.
know.
Okay, you might be the worst people to ask this, or you might also be the best people to ask this because you're not around it on a daily basis. So, if you have a candy dish or a snack dish that you leave out on your
individually wrapped
on your desk,
snack dishes, if they are community, it is completely fair game. The only thing you can't do is sneeze on it. Everything else, don't care if you put little Snickers bars in there or if you have little cute hearts, the little sweet and sour hearts that are in there. If somebody wants to paw and take 10 of them, you are opening it up for community. Community can do what they want to that dish. That's it. You can't sneeze on it. Everything else, if you don't like that Jason goes in there and paws with 4 and takes a handful, don't put it out. Don't expect everyone to put rubber gloves on and take one little heart out. Like, that's not how it's going to go. It's going to get filthy in there. And if you don't like that, don't partake in the community candy dish.
Okay, so I'm not asking about
where did this... Tell us the genesis of this question. Because obviously something happened at the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios.
So we work in an office where there is, independent of our ESPN Madison team, and there are many offices around the country and the world who I'm sure are set up like this. You have staff members who come through the office, part of the cleaning crews or security teams and whatnot. And they're not, directly tied to your office, but they're in and out all the time. If you have a community snack or treat dish, is it IPT when you restock it at the end of the day when you're the last one in the office and you come in as one of the first ones in the next morning and the dish is almost all gone?
Isn't that
take that as a compliment?
Don't you want people eating your stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, you do.
You chose well. You chose something popular.
Here's the deal, Jesse. It sounds as if you don't want anybody utilizing the candy dish, so just get rid of it.
No, I'm not saying. No, I don't.
Just put what you want in the drawer.
I'm not saying I don't want anybody utilizing a candy dish. I'm saying.
You think somebody overtook and now there's not enough left after a one-night dumping?
I think there may have been a security staff member or a cleaning crew member.
Wow, that's quite an allegation.
It's a possibility. It makes the most sense based on who was here at different times.
Do we have closed-circuit television cameras in the studio?
No, as is well documented with the great lunchbox incident of 2023, we
Those
do
are
not
only
have
outside.
access to the security cameras from
How is
the
that
building.
video not leaked?
No, we have access. We just can't distribute. What are you talking about? Some of us have seen that video.
Not all of us.
So you're saying the candy dish, because the only preventative measure here would be put the candy dish away at the end of the day when you're leaving to go home, and that doesn't feel like the right move. That feels.
Were you
like
the last person to leave?
No, I'm never the last.
Okay,
I'm one of the first people
how
to
can
leave
you
on a regular
allege
basis.
that it could have been the cleaning staff or the security? Some of your Wooly could have taken it all and put it in his pocket and walked out the door.
I didn't say it was my candy dish.
Oh boy! Now what? Whose dish was it?
Another person who we don't need to put their business on the street at this juncture.
Feels like we're putting their business out on the streets.
The spirit of the question doesn't change whether it's me or someone else in the office.
The bottom line is you put it out, people take stuff. That's the whole idea behind it. If you don't want to share, don't put it out. The greater question that I have is...
Hold up a second. Does the cleaning crew have access to every business that they go in? Because we're obviously in a big building. There's a lot. American Family is obviously it's their building. Do you have just complete access as a cleaning crew to take whatever? Like if Jesse has a Long John sitting on his desk, can they eat that Long John?
If it hasn't been bitten out of, I would consider it.
And if you leave out a bunch of donuts on the conference table, can they eat them?
Where's the line? Where do you draw the line between the candy dish and the donuts for the office that don't all get eaten in a day? It's a great question.
And, yeah, I mean, I think we all agree you can't go in the fridge and grab a sandwich or a bowl of soup from the people. But if it's sitting out, is it fair game for security and or cleaning crews to eat? I think it's a fair question.
I would say if the day is over and the people are gone and there's still stuff sitting out, go for it.
Yeah. Leftover Pizza Hut pizza.
Yeah.
This happened before.
I'm on board with that.
This happened obviously before COVID when Tausch famously predicted the demise of the handshake. But when did we do away with the community snack bowl at like bars? I was watching an old Law and Order episode last night while I was writing, and once upon a time you just put your meat hooks right in there and grab some peanuts.
There's still most bars still do that.
They have a spoon or something, right, where you scoop it?
Yeah, but nobody uses the spoon. Yeah, people want to act like there's
that I'm out on. Anybody who puts their actual hand in the bowl to take their nuts or snack mix, that I'm not. That's where I draw the line.
Popcorn? You're not going to do that with popcorn either?
Not with strangers.
Well, then that's why you stay home. Oh, now I'm starting to understand you a little bit more.
You're eating popcorn out of a community container where people put their hands in it? You're not.
I'm for sure doing that.
First off, where's there a community? If there is a box, if there is a candy dish with those little hearts, I'm not using a spoon and ladling it into my hand. Okay. No, I'm not.
I will be glad when Valentine's Day
So you
has
tell me
passed.
what is the difference if you're doing that with popcorn or if you're doing that with this?
I'm not doing that either. I asked about individually wrapped candy in the candy dish. I'm out on. I don't know where Jesse's hands have been.
Yeah,
Yuck.
I'm sure you.
Ask Gutey if he has a candy dish that he has for everybody when they come.
I've got a lot
for
of questions
meetings.
for him. I'll get that in there.
Please add that if there's time at the end of the press conference coming up here in a little bit. Last thing for you guys, this is the more serious one. Today is National Girls and Women in Sports Day. ESPN Wisconsin, Good Karma Brands, and people around the country celebrating National Girls and Women in Sports Day. As fathers of some young ladies who are involved in sports, what do you guys think when you see this day celebrated this time of year? We've celebrated it a number of years in a row now. Jason?
Well, first of all, I do think that it's good that we recognize the importance of women's athletics and girls' athletics. My hope would be that someday we're not having to celebrate this because we just know that lots of women play sports. And I think the growth in interest and attention has been great. I still think that, I'll give you an example. Sydney's youth basketball program that she was in, the girls had to wear uniforms that were passed down from year to year. The boys' teams, they all got their own jerseys. And they got, at the end of the season, they got to keep them, and then next year's teams got their new jerseys. And I always thought that's proof that we still have work to do in leveling the playing field. I tried to level it by having T-shirts made each year for the girls' teams so they could walk around in those. Because the boys would walk around in school wearing their jerseys. Hey, it's a game day. Look at my jersey. And the girls couldn't do that. So there's work to be done. But I think days like today are a good reminder for people that don't have daughters, that aren't necessarily paying attention to women's sports, that there are plenty of quality sports programming to enjoy. You know, that T-shirt that says everyone watches women's sports? Not everyone yet. And so I think it's good to bring awareness to it. I think there's more important awareness days, but I think it's good that we have this conversation. But my hope is that someday in my lifetime, we don't have to celebrate this because it's just sports played by men or by women.
Well, I'll tell you this, gymnastics, you don't have to worry about that uniform deal. They got 100 uniforms. So maybe gymnastics, we narrow the gymnastics down, and then we can start getting jerseys for your girls in hoops. Instead of having 10 outfits, you just get one. Or in these dance recitals and these other things that got 100, we could shift it down, and that could maybe bridge that gap that you're talking about.
Yeah, the realm of gymnastics, as you well know.
And cheer and dance. Boy. Yeah, I've seen that world, too.
It's a lot.
It's very extravagant. in the ladies area, too. Just so I want to make sure we're providing a fair and balanced look at this. Okay. They don't get a T-shirt for the basketball. Okay, yep, that's fine. But they got 100 glittery outfits that I can't even tell who's who when they're out there doing their gymnastics. That's just another
what the Prize Picks projection is on number of leotards, but it's probably about 9.5.
I would take the more on that. The big game is almost here. There's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. Prize Picks, the easiest way to play daily fantasy. You can build a lineup in under 60 seconds. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player projections and watch the game with more excitement. You know what? We got the big game coming up, and Drake May, 0.5 yard. Right now, 0.5 passing yards. Even with that bad shoulder, you feel good. You pair that up with something else, you're going to get a big W. Download the Prize Picks app today. It's a great time to get in. Use that code WI. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good
to be right.
To be right. There we go.
We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
And ESPN Radio Extra Point with Courtney Cronin.
I don't feel like this Super Bowl is being billed for what it should be, which is a matchup between two teams that you might not have expected to be here, but are two teams standing right now for good reason. The Patriots defense gets all of the credit. I understand that. They have been incredible. But Drake May, despite being sacked 15 times, is still a very good quarterback. So much so that he's an MVP caliber candidate right now. And on the other side of it, we talk so much about this new dark side unit. That's what their defense is being billed as, the new Legion of Boom, the dark side. But offensively, what we're seeing from Seattle is something that just started to come alive. They finally have a run game. Sam Darnold isn't turning the ball over. Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's been terrific all season long, has taken his game to the next level. So I want those storylines being talked about, not just, yeah, this is a ho-hum Super Bowl. Guys, it's the Super Bowl.
For 100 days, I'm going to cross the 7 continents because the answers to everything important are out there at the edges of our world. I'm stepping into the unknown. Where are we going? To see our planet
this is amazing,
as it's never been seen before, from pole to pole.
Pole to Pole with Will Smith from National Geographic, now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Show me the way.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
We got to get out of here, Tausch. I got to get to Lambeau Field. Will we have lots of interesting things to talk about from Gutey tomorrow or not?
Depends on how good you guys ask questions. And I'm assuming because you're such a great question here.
We got to go. We're out of time.
Yes.
That's it for
there
us
will
today.
be good stuff tomorrow.
Okay. Well, we'll see if I'm good at it. That's it for us today. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer.